live. Hello, hi, hello, welcome. Hi, my name's Zanfinity, and welcome to episode 110 of the Destiny Digest podcast. Welcome in to Bonafide Hero, who hasn't been here for a week. How are you, dude?
Oh, it's been a couple weeks since I was last time, wasn't it?
So yeah, it's been a while, dude. Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Tidley, good to see you again so soon.
I know.
We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Evic Dan, good to see you too.
Oh, it feels like such a long time since I've seen you.
Such a long time. Before we get into what we've played in games this week, I'll do a little bit of housekeeping here. So you can join us live every Sunday night around 3:30 p.m. Pacific, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Destiny Digest, where you can ask questions live in chat that helps kind of focus our conversation, it helps us shape the conversation as well. Episodes that are recorded on Sunday go live the next day on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Pocket Casts. Make sure to follow us over on YouTube. We are getting close to that first level of monetization. Super nice of you guys. Thank you so much. You can also help others find the show by rating and reviewing the show on your podcast platform of choice. Make sure to leave 5-star reviews. Just like we're going to be giving out some stars tonight in our Edge of Fate review. Before we get into that, let's talk about what's going on with life. How's everybody doing?
I'm okay.
Bona,
all at once.
Bona has Bona. So you have written down here that moving. How is moving? How has that been treating you, dude?
Well, you try and do it on the cheap. You do.
Yeah.
And then the day before, you're like, oh, the fucking couch isn't going to fit in the cars that we've got coming along. Or my desks aren't going to fit. And oh, definitely those bed frames aren't going to go down the side. Like, oh, okay. So then you pay a guy with a van $140. And then you're like, oh, shit, now I've got to clean the carpet in the old house. That's $250. And I'm just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to be eating water for the next month.
All right.
But,
I hear it's
too monetized. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's get it monetized. Well, I mean, I'm assuming you have a freezer, right?
I
You can at least do cold ice, every once in a while,
I do have what we refer to as an esky in Oz. It's like a cool big cool box. It's called an esky, like an Eskimo,
An esky.
Okay.
Like an
Eskimo cooler.
It's like a big cool box that you put ice in and then your drinks and stuff. So I've got two
cooler.
That's what you guys call it. Yeah. They call it a cool box over here, and it's called an esky back. Funnily enough, we're the ones that created it. So yeah,
so fancy. Just call it a cooler.
Yeah,
But no, we got 2 jumbo size ones of those. So yeah, there was a lot of ice in that moving around. So, but no, it's just first time we've moved in 4 years. So and then my internet provider was supposed to have us back online last Saturday. It didn't come back online until last night. Wow. So it was a week, and then when you got a toddler that you're trying to entertain and everything, you then use up your data to put it on fucking Bluey and Miss Rachel on your phone.
Right.
So then that takes up all your data that you can't play Pokemon Go with now, or you can't do work off of your phone.
Oh no, dude.
Travesty.
So you can't do anything. Yeah, and then I'm just so fucking exhausted. I'm so sore. I'm so tired, and you literally just before we jump in on now, I was literally setting my lights up. I sit down oh fuck, I'm so it's so dark in here. So now the lights are on just in time for us to be live.
Yeah. So how's Nug taking it?
He loves the house.
Yeah.
We've got now a backyard and bigger bedroom for him, and he loves stairs for some reason. So he loves going up and down the stairs.
Right.
But yeah, no, we're all good. He's loving it.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for asking.
Absolutely. In the notes it says that you've been playing crappy mobile games that don't require data. So what what have you been playing, buddy?
So there's a couple of things, and it's oh my god, just things that you can download when you were that it's not Tetris, but where you bring the blocks down and put them in, try and get them in a row, or they like try and clear a traffic jam and it's all like puzzled in. Or yeah, there's this one here, and it's just like you get like fruit in a jar, and it like drops in the jar, and then if the matching fruit touches each other, it then evolves into like the next level. And then you're just trying to like get all the fruit, kind of like this.
Okay.
So if those two pineapples touch, they turn into a big dragon fruit. Like it's
okay. Just like in real life.
Is that like
there?
that
You're
game
just
that was
like,
popular
okay.
last year? What was the name of it?
All
The
right,
fruit
Dan.
one. That's what the first thing I thought of when I saw that was that game that everyone was really hyped on. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a mobile guy other than like Pokemon Go. So I'm like,
You've been mobile for a while, I guess. You gotta start getting those mobile game sponsorships too.
That's it.
Oh.
Get onto that. What was it? The stack bloody thing for emulating.
I was talking about Raid Shadow Legends, but that works too.
Oh, dude, that paid for my first graphics card upgrade.
Raid Shadow Legends.
That paid for my 3060 from a 1660 Ti to like
let's go
to a 3060. So it was like my first upgrade back in like 2021. So that was great.
I saw that played for the first time IRL at GCX.
Raid?
Really?
Raid Shadow Legends.
Really?
Yes.
Some people that still like, I still know people that either I got hooked on it with like doing my thing, or I met through doing that sponsorship or back when, that are just still like so hooked on it. It's kind of like people with like RuneScape, like it's their RuneScape, you know what I mean? So
they usually do that with Balatro. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
They do it with Balatro, I'm there.
It was Jay Sniperton. It was Jay Sniperton.
Obviously.
He was sitting right next to me at dinner, and like he's playing Raid Shadow Legends.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, "What?
Still addicted.
What is
was he trying to plug it? Was he trying to plug it? Like,
I
you
don't
should
know.
download this and use J Snipe. Code J Snipe for this thought character.
He wasn't trying to book me to do it. I don't know, man. It's just one of those things where I was like, I've never seen this anywhere else except for ads.
Crazy.
And now it's sitting right next to me. And it's
People
Jay
love it, I
Sniperton.
guess.
Jay loves it.
There you go.
He enjoys the grind of it. I'm not here to like I'm not here to judge him, but like,
was he deep like in the levels? I've played it a little bit, but like
I think he plays it a lot. I think
plays
I've
it a lot.
spoken to him about this before. I think I was actually
Really?
there when he did his first sponsored stream many years ago for it.
yeah,
So I
And
think
years later,
he's one of those people that are hooked on it like ever since.
wow.
he's in it.
Just
He's
like
in
one of
it.
those guilty sort
I
of
missed
things that you
that
don't
then.
tell people about, but like as soon
You
as
didn't tell
someone
me about
sees-
that.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. That was wild.
It's like an ex-girlfriend. You kind of don't tell people that you were together, but you know,
yeah.
look back on it with fond memories.
You're looking him up on
Boner.
Facebook. Is that what-
Off in the corner.
Yeah.
No one
Cancel
knows.
Boner.
Let's see here. Epic Dan, tell us a little bit about your weeks, dude. What's up?
This week, ever since coming back from super hot Florida,
Yeah.
I've just been recouping my sleep hours because sleep was not a thing.
Right.
That's okay because we can make up for it now. Besides Destiny, I went to the movies, saw Fantastic Four. You know,
How was
I
it?
can yap about that later if you want
So
to, or I can
good,
yap about it
so
now.
good,
Oh
so
yeah, we
good.
could yap.
Yeah.
There's
Let's
some, there could be some.
Because you've seen it,
yapping.
haven't you, Tiddly? You
I
went and saw
loved
it as
it.
well.
Yeah,
like
we did.
Like the same weekend.
I
went
like
and saw it.
Superman
Everyone here
better.
not seen it.
I
that
have not seen
cares.
it. I have
Oh,
not
okay,
seen it.
okay.
Like,
But do
I-
you care?
Go watch it.
Are you going to watch it?
So I'm probably going to watch it. I'm probably going to watch it. Also, it's like the first couple weeks that it's been out, so I don't want to spoil.
It's only
people.
been out. This
Yeah.
is like just the second weekend, so
Yeah.
I think Marvel like execs though have said like if you don't watch something like within the first week, like they like everyone's got their blessing to like go and talk about it. Like if it's in the first few days, then stay off social media.
I normally say the
But,
first
like,
weekend.
After that, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, well, obviously
It
we're not going
depends.
to sit
Some
there and
people-
go
there's people
fucking
who were like
Sue
just-
Storm was pregnant, like you know that people didn't freaking know. But
Well, like,
like-
yeah, everyone knows already. It was in the previews.
Well,
Come on.
It's also one of, It's also one of those things where like I just asked for 5-star reviews, and the next thing I see is, oh, I'm giving this a 1-star review. They spoiled Fantastic Four for me.
Ooh, that's fair.
They
That's
make
fair.
the Silver Surfer a woman.
Anyone that says that hasn't read the comics, and that's like the
Absolutely.
I
easiest
know.
one. It's like
Yeah.
There's so much. There's so much.
I hate to become a nerd with that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, but it's like
Yeah.
I mean, Fantastic Four is one of my favorite. Like, it is one of my favorite super families. Well, my favorite run is like
that's my favorite.
It's like the Hickman run that was done in like 15, like up through like probably like 2018. Like that was so solid and such an experience to kind of go through. And yeah, I loved that run. And so they became a the first family for me in that run.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to watch the movie. I'm glad that it's good because I don't, you know, we've had 3 or 4 passes at it now.
I don't think it's perfect,
Right.
and I agree with Bona, and I really like it. I will say, as a Fantastic Four fan, long term, like one that's read the comics, blah blah blah, all that stuff, whatever. But I will say, it's funny the perception I had of the movie going in versus the perception I had of Superman going in.
Yeah.
For Superman, I had very low expectations and came out with like very high reception of it post coming out.
Satisfaction. Yeah.
I was very, very like, yo, this was really good.
Yeah.
Versus Fantastic Four, I expected to be incredibly good. And I came out saying, that was good. That was serviceable.
Yeah.
Only because I knew long term they have to the movie felt less like what Superman was going for and more that we have to create these nuggets to prepare for Doomsday.
Okay.
So it's still it's the best Fantastic Four movie they've ever put out.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's considering the other ones. Some people might not say that's
It's a low bar, Dan. It's a low bar.
But I still think it's a really good movie.
Especially that last one.
There's one scene.
Yeah.
And I won't spoil it for Dan because I think Dan deserves to see this himself and like without being spoiled. There's a very specific Silver Surfer scene. That is a top 5 scene in all of Marvel, in my opinion.
Oh hell yeah!
I will say,
it,
even though I was not like, there was about 10, 15 minutes where I just sat there and I was like, this is peak.
Yeah.
Like they could have just ruined the rest of the movie in this 15 minutes. And Bona obviously knows, but this 15 minutes, I was like,
it was the start,
fantastic.
right?
Oh hell yeah!
The start of
the star, the whole.
Oh yes. Yep.
Yeah.
From the before that happens,
Yeah.
that part happened, and then when they get back to Earth, yes.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
like I could actually feel like my pulse like raising, like the tension.
Oh,
fantastic.
You know,
I was like, this is fantastic. And
And
even if the rest of the movie
not
sucks,
fun.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with that 15 minutes.
Yeah.
By far.
Okay.
What they're
Sick.
doing a lot recently is not like doing like origin story stuff, and they've done this with Fantasy
glad.
Four with Superman, right? We don't need to hear the entire thing. We can have snippets and flashbacks to that throughout the story, but like, you know, there's Wayne Superman where we learn about his, you know, parents and
We
stuff
all know
throughout
about
the
his parents
thing.
by now.
Exactly, but it's like you hear those bits throughout it. Right,
Yeah.
you don't need to start off that way like every other fucking Superman, every other Batman, every other
single
Spider-Man,
one.
every other Marvel show starts off with a thing. It was an introduction, it wasn't an origin story.
Right.
And I feel like that is the case for both of those movies.
Yeah. I liked Superman a lot. Like I saw it twice that first week, and it
Really?
was-
Yeah.
yeah. I loved it.
I am not a DC fan, right? By any
See,
means.
I
Like, you
am.
know, I'm like I you know, I'll go watch it, I'll go enjoy it, but I don't like yearn to sort of see more. But I came out of Superman, like Dan had said, like very like, wow, like that was. I went in with no expectations.
Yeah.
Other than just go and watch a movie, and that really tickled me. So
They got the character
I'm a
right.
big DC guy, and I was so like, it's been a very tough time. Like I compare it to like sports fans who are like really big sports fans of a certain team, and their team just sucks for like it's like the Golden State Warriors before they got Steph Curry. They sucked for a long time, but they were still there, and then they start winning and getting Steph Curry, and they're like, man, this is just nice to actually be good for a change.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt with DC as well. They finally got a good one.
You know what they did right? They're short. They're 2 hours long.
Yeah,
that is absolutely what they need to be doing. I think
Four
people
also
have
short.
yes.
Fantastic Four is
okay.
less than 2
They're
hours.
They both have a 2-hour runtime, and I feel like they know that there's this fan fatigue around superhero movies, and they're trying to make them edited and like more sleek. And I think they both did a good job. I personally think that Superman was a way better movie than Fantastic Four.
I agree.
Just because I thought it was absolutely like artistically done. I think they did a great job of making Superman a compelling hero, which he typically, for me, is not. In the first scene, which is in the preview, so I'm not spoiling anything. Yeah. In the first scene, Superman is injured, and which basically it needs to happen in order for a compelling Superman story because he's this infallible hero, right? So they have to set up a space where he can actually be in danger. Otherwise, the audience isn't going to care. So immediately they set that up. They also introduce the dog, which is humorous, which is a huge part of the movie, is the humor. And I love that. I feel like my favorite Marvel movies are all ones that have humor in them. Like Thor Ragnarok is one of my favorite movies because of the humor. And like it just really, or the first Guardians movie, like it very much had that sort of like vein to it. I thought it was incredibly well shot. I thought the transitions were absolutely spectacular. The second time I watched it, I was just noticing really clever things that the director had done. And then there's a couple fight scenes which are just probably some of the best shot fight scenes like in all of the Marvel movies. Fantastic was okay. I thought it was a little more like draggy. Like it was a little like I don't know. It was okay. Maybe it's also because I'm not as big of a fan.
There are a lot of passive moments.
Yeah,
I think it was like slower.
I think that it wasn't. It felt more like a kind of like a what am I trying to say? Kind of like a small cohort cast, character driven type movie. I mean, I also thought Pedro Pascal was really hot, but I don't know if he did a good job in the movie. I'm not gonna be
He's
mad.
a good Mr. Fantastic. No,
I thought he was really hot, but he was also kind of wooden. Like I don't know,
dude. The last movie that I saw with him in it was The Materialists. Jenny was like, "We should go watch that movie for like a date," and so we went. And man, I've never been to a movie where I was just like, I want my money back, and that was like the first one.
Wow,
that was the first one I saw. It was just like,
we're
give
it back.
We're gonna ask for it back. So bad.
Yeah, it was good. I was a little verklempt. They're both really. I actually I teared up at both, but I'm a sucker. I tear up at everything. So don't take that as judgment.
I properly fucking cried in Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Did you really? I was more teary as Superman. Just
Really.
I found it more touching. But
For me, it's probably the parent aspect.
Right.
You'll know what I mean. Like
absolutely, I absolutely do. No spoilers, but and for me, it was the same thing, but in a different vein in Superman.
With the doggy,
yeah. No, that's all I'm gonna say.
For me, I'd like the past couple of weeks have been incredible. Like getting to I got to meet Dan and Sammy at GCX. And we did a live episode there on the Sunday before, or the Saturday before, I flew back home. And then I got to meet Tiddly this week in my hometown of Indianapolis, Indiana, because you attended Gen Con. So I made a joke in chat, but I really mean it. I need to meet Asefa and Bona in real life so I can just add them to the Power Gauntlet. And
Yes. I mean, you got to collect them all, Dan.
maybe one of these days we can get everybody to GCX and we can actually do a panel.
That would be amazing.
All of our monetizations. There you go.
Yeah.
Get monetized so we can pull all of that to have a Destiny Digest live with the entire panel.
That would be cool.
That'd be sick.
That would be sick. We could see. Well, we could see if we could pitch.
Let's work on that.
We're halfway there this year. We're halfway there, chat.
Yeah. We're halfway there. Let's get it going.
But yeah, in saying that, I sort of said, no, would have
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
So, everyone's so busy. What would everyone's colors be?
Oh,
Like,
I remember you
there's-
posted and no one replied
There's
to that.
Nobody
no,
replied.
there's
You
not
must reply
a
now.
rainbow. Hello, darkness, my old friend. No,
I mean, I
Tiddly would be like a
a
rainbow crystal.
yes, rainbow. Everyone's like, "What's your favorite color, Tiddly?" I'm like, "Rainbow."
All
Does
of
that
them.
Count? Oh yes, I like
All of
color.
The
Yes.
visual spectrum.
Show like hex code. Just put your entire palm over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just has it written across the side.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, that was super fun, and like I've been kind of floating ever since, because it's been like it really brings it home, like what we're doing here, and like working together with all of you guys. It's just really special and really fun. So thank you guys so much.
Aww.
Showing
Thank
up.
you.
It's cool.
The feels.
The feels. I also finally beat Desert Perpetual like twice.
Hey.
So that was fun. the times that we were able to do it.
So- How would
Go
you
ahead.
rate it? Because I still have like
we'll be rating
think
it
I've
soon.
seen-
Have you not done it yet, Bona?
Oh, okay.
I haven't been online. I haven't.
Oh,
I've
we're
been
doing it
online,
this week.
dude. I honestly don't know fucking fuck all about it. I've
it's-
seen some clips of like the boss room, and that's about it.
You let me know when you're on this
Yeah.
week, and I'll be there, and we'll do the raid.
It's not as tough
I
as
appreciate it.
Salvation's Edge, is what I would
Yeah, I
say.
would
Okay.
love to read
Oh.
with everybody.
Yeah,
Destiny
that would be fun.
Digest, Red.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe we
down.
could-
I'm down.
Let's go.
Maybe we could do it next. See if we can get everybody and do it next Sunday after stream.
After stream.
Or no, I'm probably
After
before stream.
your Sunday stream, or
probably
after...
before stream.
before Destiny Digest.
Before Destiny
Yeah.
Digest. is what I mean.
Because
Yeah,
Destiny Digest can go kind of long, Dan. It can.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I my apologies. But yeah.
No, it's our fault because we like talking to each other.
You,
You guys are buying my coffee the next day.
all right.
I was like, I'll wait for you.
I'll Venmo
Wait,
you.
how much is that in American dollars? How much is a cup of coffee?
So I don't drink like I go and get like an iced coffee from like a cafe. It's like
Okay.
one of the autistic things about me. I'm like so freaking like I have to have it this way.
Yeah.
And it's probably like what $7 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, $6.50. I'd say.
So it'd be $10 here in the United States.
$10.
no.
I'm kidding,
That's what it would be in the United States. That was me converting it.
It'd be $150 in the United States. Yeah. This is the way our economy is going.
I'm
since-
monetizing like Dan said, just in a different
Yeah.
way.
It's $2,000 here in the United States now that the old
Plus the
orange
tariff
Cheeto
tax
wants to throw those tariffs around.
gosh.
Fuck that guy. Anyways, what else? What have you guys been getting up to in Destiny?
I'm raiding. All I do is raid, and I'm getting
Mhm.
in trouble for that with my community, and they're making fun of me because I'm level 150. I haven't
Okay.
even hit
Yeah.
200.
That's higher than me.
Raid's
So I
only
just-
100.
I'm like, I just don't want to level. I just want to raid. And I'm like, well, I don't actually need to level because I'm high enough to do the raid. So I don't care. I don't care. Like, I'm like, but it's also kind of weird because I'm just, anything I get, I'm like, well, this is shit. Like,
Yeah,
Tier
yeah.
one.
it's
Get
terrible.
outta
Like,
here.
maybe I should level my character.
Yeah.
The leveling is so boring. I'm just like, I just want
It's-
to raid. Can I just raid
yeah.
more,
It's such
please?
a
I want to raid
conundrum,
more.
right? It's
Yeah.
so
Huh?
bad. It's such a conundrum because you want to raid.
I want to, all
But
I
then
want
you
to do
get
is
the
raid,
tier
but the raiding
ones,
doesn't help
and
me
then you're
level
like,
up, Dan.
Oh,
Mm.
dude, I hit.
And
So,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
So today I was going to help out people, right? I
Yeah.
do my Sunday help streams, and I
Yeah.
realized I wasn't high enough to help anybody.
As far as what content?
As far like anything.
Are you
Like,
saying portal
if somebody-
content?
Yeah, if somebody was asking for master content, I couldn't
Oh,
do
I
it.
see. I see. What
Like-
what level do you have to be for that, Dan?
I believe that's
Isn't it like
two-
400?
It's for master, I believe it's 270.
Oh, for master. Yeah.
Right? It's like 270 to even like contemplate doing it. And then like
Oh,
past that is like like
It's Grandmaster.
Yeah, is Grandmaster. And so
And
like
Ultimate.
I just hit 200 this week. I haven't really been grinding. I haven't been like going for the same activity over and over again 1,000 times to like try to level.
You're not defending Caldera.
Listen here, like I
didn't even know what that means.
I do appreciate Caldera.
I'm so out of the loop. I don't even know what that means.
I'm a Caldera appreciator, but yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. I kind of went off this morning about it because I was pretty upset. But like, it's
I
also,
would be too.
It's a very me problem though. Like it is like I choose to help people. And so I guess I've got to defizzle it and just fucking go.
That's crazy though, because then you got to spend your free time solo ops instead.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty
especially when you built your brand around community and helping people. That to do so, you do have to be selfish. But then like if you spend your live time doing that, people are just going to go elsewhere.
Yeah. For that.
Yeah, but where they're gonna go? Because everyone they go to is just nope, I can't do it. I'm in Caldera. I'm in Caldera. Yeah. I'm in K1 logistics or whatever.
That's why I stopped doing like GM helps and raids and dungeon and all that like 2 years ago.
We don't even have GMs anymore.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, you don't know that?
No, there's no GMs. Shit. You've been doing IRL stuff. You don't even know.
GMs have been retired.
I played the launch Tuesday. I was supposed to do it Wednesday, and I had a sick toddler for about 2 weeks. And mum's in the busy season at work, and she's like the boss, so she's like pulling like 12, 16-hour days, like 6 days a week, and I'm just like I'm on dad duty. So there's that.
They're called
there's the move, there's work. I just what?
Yeah,
we'll be talking about that very soon. So
you're gonna hear a lot of more swearing from me than usual because I'm just gonna be like I don't know shit.
We'll be talking about all of this very soon as we review later on at the end of stream or at toward the end of the podcast here. But let's talk a little bit about like the news in this week in Destiny. This week in Destiny, they brought back Arms Week. How many people have been playing that? Any thoughts? Yeah. Okay. Dan, what about you?
I've only passively engaged with it.
Mm-hmm.
It seems I've only been rewarded somehow with Arms Week when I'm defending Caldera.
Mm-hmm.
Like I try to keep my Caldera defending for about an hour of stream, and then I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'd rather raid or I'd do XYZ or something.
Right.
But at least I do a little bit of it, and then I get some materials just to get like the new hand cannon shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I heard that's.
And that actually, I didn't expect it because the early reviews of it said it was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, they were not true in the real game. That gun's pretty good, I will say.
Right.
It's not as good because a lot of people want to use it for the 1-2 punch aspect.
Right.
Not as good as a traditional shotgun that has that perk, but it makes for some fun play styles because of it being a primary ammo weapon that still is technically a shotgun. Okay. So it still benefits from shotgun aspects of 1-2 punch, which is kind of cool. So
yeah. Bona, what about you?
I personally am not a big fan of it long term, but right now I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Bona, what was your question, buddy?
What's Arms Week? Is it like just giving you arms, like armor for arms, or is it like weapon arms?
We need to have a little asterisk at the bottom of the stream.
Yeah.
Anytime we have any context of anytime we talk about anything, just for like, this is bonus context of what we're talking right here.
Dude, I'm literally going into this like
a Bona translator.
With all this rating is just like, this is what I've heard.
Yeah. So Arms Week is essentially like Ada1 goes into the shooting range and is offering like you're earning materials in order to turn them in with Ada in order to get like new weapons that appear from her wares. And this week it's a shotgun hand cannon, which I haven't really been like grinding for it, so I've only got like 1 or 2 rolls of the thing. I was a little underwhelmed.
Back up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a what?
It's a hand cannon shotgun.
Yeah.
It is called a spread shot archetype.
Yeah.
But it's a hand cannon.
What's this fucking called? I'm going to Foundry. What's it called?
Hold on, I'll pull it up on my. I don't remember the name. Chat knows the name.
Hold on 1 second here. I can bring it up. It is the Phenutria fera.
How the fuck am I spelling that?
It is a PHO. PHO.
Oh, in chat. There we go.
Yeah.
Cool. Got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
What the fuck is this?
It's like the sound of it
Barrel
is,
gets through it.
The sound is terrible though.
yeah, the sound is interesting. It's
Sounds like a Nerf squirt gun.
yeah, for sure. It's I didn't play too heavily with it. I had friends that played with it that like really loved it, but I was just kind of like, oh, okay, like this is neat. I don't know if I ever need to run this right now. Because there's just other stuff that I'm playing with. The fusion rifle is crazy.
See, I haven't used the fusion rifle yet.
Dude, I was using it today in the raid, and it's a lot of fun. What is it called? It is called the Lionfish 4FR.
Oh, that one. I thought it was another fusion rifle. I'm sorry.
No.
Lionfish is good.
No,
Yeah.
there's also a trace rifle that Ada has available. But yeah, I've also been like tackling it passively. Has anybody played the like PvP mode Tied to Arms Week?
That part I have not. No.
Okay. I've heard nothing but weird things.
I've heard
about
mixed
Crucible.
things of it. Yeah. I've heard mixed things about Crucible across the board since the armor 3.0 changes. Some people like it. Some people are. It seems they're only really upset with how much you have to play in order to earn or I guess earn/guild the seal. But
go ahead, Tiddly.
Oh, I'm just agreeing.
Okay, gotcha.
I was like, right. Okay.
Roxa says that the PvP mode is great. It has no abilities and it's all only weapons. So like, I mean, that makes sense for like an arms week kind of thing.
Yeah, like pared down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Weapons only. Good.
Weapons only.
Like it.
Yeah, the biggest thing that I've heard about PvP is like the sprint bug, making it feel all the way back into Destiny 2 launch.
That's all the game though.
Yeah,
the sprint bug.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. But yeah, so Arms Week came back. When's the next one? Did they say? I don't think they
I thought it was once a month.
I hope so.
That's what I thought. I could be wrong.
Yeah, this one will be going away on August 5th. So you have a couple of days to hop in and play around with some stuff there. Coil arrived in the portal. I was able to run that today. That was actually kind of fun. Like just going back for nostalgia's sake.
You actually did a full coil?
Yeah, did a full coil on Master, I believe.
How long did it take you?
I want to say about 40 minutes. Like it is not optimal for getting.
You know how many times I could defend Caldera in that time?
a lot of times, and it's not nearly as rewarding. And it was like, yeah, it just I don't know, man. It was. They
should
nice
definitely increase the amount that coil like drops because I saw you get like 4 or 5 drops.
You get like 4 or 5 drops at the end, like in between the stuff that you're getting is not.
Yeah.
Good.
They should definitely up that to make that 45 minutes equivalent or better. It's just.
Yeah. We have next week, starting on the 5th, we have Solstice starting.
Ooh.
We got a first look.
The armor's quite funky this time, isn't it?
Yeah, armor's really cool.
It looks like you're gonna go vacation at the oh my god, I forgot the
It looks like something out of Overwatch or Rivals. Like it's
does
definitely
look
more
like
goofy.
Yeah.
I love
way
it.
more goofy.
I think it's fun. I think it's more unique looking.
I love that.
Yeah. More of that.
The Warlock looks like they're straight out of White Lotus for sure. Like they're there for a party.
I want that big grenade launcher, the one that just is oversized. That one looks pretty fun. Hopefully, it has a good sound to it.
Hell yeah. We did find out a little bit more about that. So they said that we're not getting Bonfire Bash this time around.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank goodness. So they're adding.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Bonfire Bash sucks.
So you're not a
huge
fan of Bonfire?
Not a huge fan of Bonfire. I was like, every time
You're
it
not
came up,
invited to my 5th of December thing here in the UK then. For
But-
Guy Fawkes.
every time it came back, it was just like, I'm good. I don't ever need to go to this map ever again. I'd
That's
rather
fair.
not.
I'm not a fan of it either, but it was. I kind of wish there was something connected to Solstice still,
Yeah,
but
because
I
right
hate
now,
to be that person that's like, I hate Bonfire Bash, and
Yeah.
they take it away, and I'm like, bring back Bonfire Bash. I hate to be that guy.
then don't.
So that's
Don't
what I
be
sound
that
like
guy.
right now. It just sucks because I know that what we're gonna do is defend Caldera for Bonfire Bash items.
Yeah.
You know.
It says we're adding a plethora of modifiers to portal activities instead. So we're going to be getting Hot Potato, which is a carryable solar flare, occasionally dropping from defeated combatants. Passing it between players increases the amount of damage it will do. We will get Fired Up, so dealing damage and final blows from solar sources. Raises a heat meter. Once full, your weapons will cause solar explosions. Class Healing. Heal yourself when using your class ability. And Igniter. Precision hits against scorched combatants use ignitions. I guess this is it's a good way to just kind of passively work on this instead of like needing to hop in to a dedicated playlist where like so much right now doesn't feel like it's as rewarding as it has been in the past. And something like just having passive modifiers while you're grinding for the things that are actually important to your power grind, I can see that being much better. But yeah, so these modifiers will rotate each day on portal matchmaking activities that can be selected anytime with custom difficulty selection. One exception, Hot Potato will stay on each day for portal matchmaking activities. Yeah, it says, as you play during the 2 weeks of Solstice, you'll earn some free rewards in its dedicated event home, from a unique emblem to a ghost shell with some holofoil weapons. So don't forget, completing your daily and weekly challenges you can progress the event rank track to earn all of them. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. It says this version of the event home has a new and improved reward shop where you'll be able to purchase weapons directly up to tier 4. Depending on your Guardian rank.
And probably your power level, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, your Guardian rank is directly tied to your power level now. Yeah. And so, like, having... My brain's going to break before we even review the thing. That feels bad.
Yeah.
If it's like, since
all of it feels bad, for being honest,
directly tied to your Guardian rank. But I don't know, man. I like that it's passive. I like that it's not taking you out of your active grind, because like so many people are still on it and will still be on it for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad that they're not trying to distract you with something else. Yeah, that one's that's tough. The cosmetics look cool.
Dan is holding back his rant so hard right now.
I don't know why. I can help him if he wants.
I'm trying to save it. I know.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Well, we're waiting for it. We're build up time. Okay.
Yeah. So we also received Trials of Osiris this past weekend. I've been seeing super mixed results in that. Did anybody drop into that this week?
I was going to, but did not end up doing that. It's been busy.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to do that until I'm like 400, to be honest.
Yeah. For anybody, honestly.
Yeah.
I was too busy playing mobile games.
We received a bunch of missing patch notes. So one of the important ones here, we've investigated reports of player health and shield functionality differing from our original explanation. Upon review, we have found discrepancies, and the following is a proper explanation of how these scale with armor stats. So with player health stun, The time that it takes the red part of the health bar to start regenerating is equivalent to 100% of the old recovery stat. Play health regen is equivalent to 20 of the old recovery stat. The health, stun, and health regen tuning is intentional to get injured guardians out of a danger zone quickly while leaving room for health stat and healing verbs to be valuable. Shield stun and shield regen is equivalent to 20 of the old recovery stat, while your health stat is below 100. When your health stat increases from 100 to 200, your shield stun and shield regen will improve, eventually going beyond 100 of the old recovery stat. From 100 to 200, you will also gain additional shields when facing combatants. There's an issue where the health stat tooltip says this affects health and not shields. The tooltip text will be corrected in an upcoming update to properly note the benefit only increases shields. Looking else, what else here? They're looking into issues regarding various exotic armors, how different stats are made, hit markers not appearing, and that will be fixed with an upcoming update. There's so much that is just being like affected right now. Investigating reports of sometimes sprint will not gain the accompanying increase in movement stat, and they're currently working on that issue for a future update. Yeah, man. What are your thoughts?
There's a lot that's coming.
Yeah,
A lot.
There's a lot.
I feel like the health versus shield section is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I think that they really have reworked that so much. It's especially combined with the way the new armor works. That I'm still trying to understand, how to spec things, and I'm trying to understand how the health and shield works. And I think part of it goes into feeling more squishy than I have before. So which I know the part of that is intentional, that they want us to kind of have a soft reset and, make the game more challenging or whatnot. But I feel like once that is all sorted and like we all have our builds and all have our gear, it's going to feel better. Right. But right now it's still, I feel like I feel more squishy, and also the ammo stuff too. But like, I feel like all the issues is a pretty normal thing. It's a big update. I know they'll get that all sorted. So
yeah.
I feel a bit of secondhand whiplash a little bit from all this. And not me directly, because I will sort of catch up and everything. And I've been quite excited to sort of jump in and start grinding. And, I love that shit. I love grinding. I love building on what I've got. And I'll probably go through and delete all my shit in my next sort of D2 session now. But for the people that can't commit fully to that, and with how grindy it is, they're just going to lose those people that can't keep up with the game going in that direction. Yes. And it feels like they're just being, that stance they've taken just ping pongs back and forth over the years. Oh, yeah, we want to, not, lack of a better term, where people say, oh, they're catering to the casuals. I've never sort of seen them, but like they've added bits in where it does sort of help either side, whether they're more hardcore all the time, always grinding, or they're people that, are more casual, that want to come into the game and they don't want to be left out or whatever. But I feel this is like such a big rubber band pull back in the other direction for those people. Not me. I'm going to be fine. I'm talking about a large portion.
Yeah, this is probably the most casual, like, that the past year has probably been the most casual that I've played in a very long time. And it's like, because I got a 40-hour position, like working that, trying to balance content, also trying to balance like playing Destiny. That has been interesting and tough to do. I can't, like, I empathize with people who aren't able to keep up. Because it's been tough for me too. Like, because life comes up. Like, we had a couple trips earlier this month that, like, had I stayed at home, would I have been happier staying at home grinding this out or going on those trips? Is like a balance thing, and I would have much rather gone on those trips. And I've got another one coming up that I know I'm going to enjoy just as much.
Yeah.
And while I may not have like I may not have like a power level to show off for it, I'm having better experiences than just kind of sitting back and solo queuing into activities.
What does that say about the bigger picture though? Because I'm exactly the same way. I don't, especially missing the raid and missing the sort of lead up, and I've done that for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Of, you know, grinding bounties and, you know, raid prepping and all that, like literally from the get-go.
So it's a departure,
thought,
right? It's a departure from like kind of their most recent, you know, culture of like, okay, we're not going to increase the power grind level that much season after season. It's going to be a little bit of a grind, but it's going to be accessible to people. So it's a departure from that. But also the new grind system is contradictory to the in-game like UI that they built specifically to onboard new people. So they're giving us conflicting messaging right now. They're saying, oh, here's the portal, right? That you can use this UI for new players to access content if they can play alone or if they play with other people or whatever they want. You know, here's an easier onboarding. And at the same time, they're like, you must grind until you are blue in the face in order to do anything. Right. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, well, what do you want? What do you want? Like, you can't have both. Like, and I agree with Bona, and I've talked to like my husband about this, and it's very much going to turn away more casual players who, not even casual players, like people who are fans who don't have enough time to commit to it, and they're just like, I don't want to do this. I'm turned off by it, and I play it every day. I just don't want to do it.
I get that. For me, my situation is like a bit more removed from like everyone else's, and it's you know, it's a me situation.
Sure.
But I haven't had that FOMO of, you know, missing out on all the grinding and the raiding and all that. I don't know if it's just sort of me moving away, and you know, probably shouldn't be on a Destiny focused podcast if I'm feeling like this. But I'm like, I still love Destiny. Fine. I still want to jump. Yeah, I still want to jump back in. I want to grind the fuck out of it. But it's just my situation at this time has not allowed me, and I would have struggled. Someone like with, you know, ADHD, I would have struggled so badly of missing out and not being a part of the equation. And I just haven't been this time. I'm very surprised myself at that. And that, like I said, that's a me situation. There's other people I've spoken to that also feel like that. But, you know, there's a lot of variables in the mix that would make other people feel that way as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see what this looks like in 3 months, because I'm sure that there's going to be iteration between now and then, and they're going to have responses. Like, I think the only way that they'll like truly pull back on some of these things is if they start seeing numbers just decimated.
Yeah, that's like, what they look at as player.
You don't think the conversation right now that the majority of the community has had since contest raid week? After that, you don't think 2 weeks of this conversation
is it starting to ring bells?
Hasn't had the developers or someone saying like, maybe we should tune this a bit differently?
Yeah,
because I feel that there's a very big chance that in the September Ash and Iron update, we're already going to see a massive swing.
Yeah,
the opposite direction, or they just do the thing because it seems a big discussion. I've seen like maybe 20 videos this week of different creators literally just talking about the leveling system and the tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 system, and in regards to like how they're connected and whether or not everyone should get it, or should people get it for only being rewarded at 400 lighter, all this different discussion. And I wouldn't be surprised if right after Solstice is out, because I don't think there's any other like things coming after Solstice Week that they don't spend a week just talking about what they plan on doing in April, in September, because it's too big of it's not a vocal minority at this point.
Right.
It might still be a vocal minority, but that vocal minority is getting bigger and bigger every day.
Well, and we've talked about in the past whether that's like the cart leading the horse leading the cart kind of situation, right? Because like as a creator, you see a thing and you raise an alarm about a thing, and then your community will also like
raise the same alarm.
You raise that same alarm, and like then it feels like it is getting louder and louder for this for the same thing. And like I'm wondering if they're waiting, like, because they haven't really responded about power and progression yet, right?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
They haven't talked about that at all. They probably can't do anything super quick to do that.
No.
Ash and Iron is probably the best place to do that, like you said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's probably something.
Yeah.
I would say the best solution would probably be like leave it in. It'd probably be a lot to take it out, but don't make us regrind it every season. You know, like leave the tier 4 grind, let people do the grind now, and then don't make us redo it. I don't think, well, I mean, I don't know the entire population, but I don't feel from the people that I've talked to that the initial grind is like the big problem. It's like thinking about having to do it every season is the big problem. It's like the mental hurdle. It's like, God, I can do this, but then I'm going to have to do it again. And that really sucks, you know? Like, don't be set it so frequently.
I would wish, I've gone back and forth on it, just myself thinking a lot about it. And I've written a bunch of stuff on like what I feel about it. Then a few days later, I read it. I'm like, I don't really feel that way because of different portions of the community. And one thing I have settled on that might be okay for the majority of the community is I wish there was at the very least floors.
Yeah.
Imagine you are trying to go there. So
I'm going to transition our screen over to here.
Oh, it's time. Is it time? It's time.
No.
Okay.
It is time. All right. So we naturally progressed into the conversation about power progression. So continue your thought, Epic Dan. So you were thinking that there should be floors.
It's basically what Tilly said. You know, the big issue for a lot of people as far as grinding of the, just say a dozen, because I can name a dozen right now, and most of us have already mentioned them. But like, just like Tilly said, the thought of doing all this grinding, defending Caldera for 40 hours a day, and then in Renegades having to do it all over again. And there's a very big chance, which is kind of my fear long term, I could see them removing some of these more optimal grinds from Portal and Renegades and adding something else. You know, they might add something else that ends up not making the grind as good. Like imagine you only have coil in Portal, those type of long-term activity, because we have a lot of activities that are seasonal, that are not in the DCV, that could be cycled in and cycled out. Like the coil, you have Sabbath Inspire, you have, I don't know, just Battleground. You have a lot of content that they could pull from, that they say, you know what, outside of these couple solo ones, let's focus on team-based stuff. Because another conversation, obviously, is that a lot of people say Destiny is a friend game, but right now, this game is meant for me to just play by myself.
Yeah.
That part I do think they're going to change, because regardless of the leveling system, they know that the game is, players are going to stay longer if they can play with friends. Yeah. And if I can't play with Dan or Tilly because I just got to go to defend Caldera for another hour.
Right.
Or Bona. if anyone here,
just because I played once since launch.
No. So actually, Bona's a better example. If Bona decided to play with me tomorrow, and I say I can't do it because I gotta defend Caldera, because I need to get closer to 400. You know,
I wasn't. I thought that was pretty patriarchal for me to say that to you.
But I do think floors would be very, very good for long-term player investment and just me wanting to grind more. Because if I go to 200 and then I get to 250 and 300, I should at least have those be like a floor, like how they do Guardian ranks.
Yeah.
So say Bona can only get to, because of his life and because of time, say by the time we get to Renegades, he's only 200, 250.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of us are 400, or something like that. Like, they should be able to continue their grind, maybe a step back, not 250 back. Not
Right.
like, that's going to be insane, especially if they don't change.
Is that a fixed number that on the new sort of season episode, whatever it is, it will kick you back 250?
It'll kick you back to 200.
It's going to kick you back to 200 no matter your light level.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
like we've all been saying, like Tilly said, none of us. A lot of the
So
community,
even if you have tier 5 400 gear
that'll be
level
tier
stuff,
5. There's a lot, Bona. You want to sit down? You might want to, catch up a bit.
you want me to sit down even more?
Yes, sir. Because you'll get that tier 5 stuff this season,
Yeah.
and then it's going to reset back to 200. So if you want to use that stuff again for higher level content, obviously content that's higher level isn't as big of a deal. But as you want to level back up, you would then have to get that stuff back up to 500 or 450. I think 500 is in Renegades.
But also,
Wait,
the
they're
tier
increasing it?
but also the tier 5s that you get today may not work with the seasonal stuff when Renegades comes around. Because you get a seasonal bump with the gear.
Exhausted just thinking about that.
Yeah. On top of all of that, on top of all of this, so you are gaining power by doing different activities within the portal. You're doing solo ops, you're doing fire team ops. Some of them are not the most optimal way of doing things. The most optimal way is probably the most boring way, and just running an activity 1,000 times in order to climb all the way up. I've been watching Gigs and DeFizzle talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
My watching this past weekend of Trials was, I think, my snapping point with it, of in-game activity. Historically, in-game activity is raids. We have dungeons, we have grandmasters, and we have trials, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 things that we have, or that we had, that were the pinnacle activities that gave you good gear and exclusive exotics. If you did the whole rigmarole of getting people together and getting and going for an activity. Saw people going flawless this weekend, getting tier 1s for in loot directly out of the chest. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. But I have something to say about that too when you're done.
Just going into Desert Perpetual and beating the raid and getting tier 1 gear is not a great experience. And it is infuriating, because you are putting so much effort in to do all of these things, to get all these things together, that it is less rewarding than running things solo. That drives me nuts. And
do we know what gear we're going to get when the high difficulty raid comes out?
People assume the epic raid is going to
Epic raid is what
you,
we're calling it now.
Yeah, they're calling it epic, but they assume
after you, Dan.
Epic, damn, please, epic raids. There you go. I just gave you your stream
I'm
title.
gonna make a whole thing about it. But yeah, they assume that the higher tier version is going to give you higher tier armor at base. But we don't know. We could go into epic raid and it still be tier 1s, or more likely they're just going to tie it to the feat system, because the more feats you have, which is, by the way, Bona's little asterisk, feats are a new thing added to raids where you can customize your raid experience. You can turn on contest mode, you can turn on limited review, all that kind of stuff. But when you do that, you get higher chances at higher tier armor. It's not even guaranteed. You could do a full tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 raid and get maybe a couple tier 4s. So it's not even a guarantee. My only assumption is epic raid is going to do the same thing, but make the floor of tiers a little bit higher. If feats now are tier 3, maybe the base now is tier 4. I don't know, but that's just the assumption. But we don't know yet.
It's just one of those things where the disconnect from achieving an activity, I believe a master raid should at least get you tier 4. I believe going flawless in trials should at least get you a tier 4 piece of gear, regardless of what power level it is. Like it should at least get you tier 4. Like it just doesn't make sense to me in the long run why disincentivizing these premier pieces of content that they're like we do raid races, we do dungeon races now. Like trials is supposed to be like the top end of PvP. Why they're disincentivizing that experience to just number go bigger solo, and that that drives me nuts. I'm not a huge fan of that change. Also, like the confusing part of it being that like your power level, those tiers are also tied to your guardian rank. So go ahead.
No, it's for a while guardian rank meant nothing.
Yeah.
And it's one of the big whiplashes we've had in this expansion where it's like guardian rank is everything now if you want to get higher tier gear.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I finally was like, I'm not going to do guardian ranks anymore. I'm just going to forever 2. And then in the first 3 days, they're like, you need guardian 5 to do this. And I'm like, okay. Now I gotta do it now if I want all of the rewards. It's
yeah. So like there was somebody who was like, I believe they were 400 and they didn't level up their guardian rank, so they were still getting like tier 2s and stuff.
Yeah. It was I saw Frostbolt doing trials the day before. He was doing it with ZK and Astrocross. And Astrocross was like 405. Frostbolt was, or is it one of them was like 350 or something like that.
Right.
And Astrocross was like guardian rank 9, and ZK was like guardian rank 4 or 5. He hadn't really touched guardian ranks. They go flawless, and Astrocross has, by the time they did the entire card, had a bunch of tier 5s all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And either ZK or Frostbolt, they had like 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was from like the flawless chest, and all their drops were like tier 2s, tier 3s. And the only difference was their light level was significantly different, plus their guardian ranks.
Yeah.
It's just like how you say with trials, like, this is just. I would rather be somehow performance based. Let me get tier 5s and trials from being like really good or something. You know, that would at least balance it a little bit. What do you mean I'm going flawless to the lighthouse and I'm getting tier 1s out of the lighthouse chest?
Yeah. That's probably one of the most confusing things too, because like we were saying earlier, like guardian rank was devalued across the board for the most part, right? Like it showed your experience up to a point, and you didn't really need to interact with that system if you didn't want to. Them putting an emphasis on it now so that like it directly affects your gear is very confusing. Like I would almost.
Did they not even say anything about it? I don't know if anyone else remembers.
Gigs made a post saying,
I mean, like
it was
before,
like a twid 5 months ago.
It
was like a twid
No
5
way.
months ago that said something along those lines. I didn't go back to confirm that. I'll have to go and see, but it's a very confusing.
I asked one of our
change.
listeners to do that for us because I'm
Yeah.
not saying I don't believe that. It's just an odd thing to not put
To highlight.
We can't
Face
continue to
forwarding,
comment on something where it's hearsay, you know? Like,
Yeah.
like face forwarding that information to us ahead of time.
It's just very confusing. I would rather them remove guardian ranks altogether, because before the only thing that they affected was how many loadouts you had.
Yeah.
And now
really?
Yeah. Now it's like, oh, you have to interact with that
everything
system.
now.
It's just so confusing. Why you would tether these two things together? But I don't know. I didn't design the game.
I will say, before we move on, this is very obvious, at least from what my point of view, that the new and I feel like I said this with the narrative as well, like right after Edge of Fate came out. It's obvious the leads of the game now have a totally different philosophy on what they think the game should be. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's very, 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 very huge whiplash personally.
Right.
Which long term, I think I'll be fine. I don't need any pity of this, but it's just interesting we've never had this big of a whiplash as far as like the sandbox and our moment to moment, day to day, week to week gameplay. Not even since Forsaken, maybe. Yeah, Might, one of those two, even bigger. I can't think of a single time we've had this big of a whiplash from you boot up the game, turn it off. The next day, it's like a brand new game.
Yeah,
in every way, shape, or form. It's just very interesting.
Which is kind of what I was like coining to people, like when people were like, "Oh, like how you like it?" Like on the first game, I'm like, it's kind of them doing a Destiny 3 without doing a Destiny 3.
Right.
That's what I've said.
Like, yeah.
Like it still is Destiny 2, but like so much of it is totally different.
Yeah, it's not the same game. It's like, you know, people can say the game changed so much from going into Forsaken, and then the game changed again and going into Witch Queen when they brought in Armor 2.0. And
I don't know if they can do a Destiny 3. I really don't know if they can.
Nah, they can't.
No.
Because like I don't know how
to put this game on life support to do that.
Yeah, I don't know how with the teams that they have, like resource wise, I don't think they'd be able to do it. Like, and we
watch it on Thursday. They're going to come out with an announcement saying Destiny 3 is on its way. And
I don't.
Can you imagine?
And I'm gonna come back to this and throw it at you.
GTA was pushed back to September because we have D3 dropping. Man.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just really, really weird. It's to the point. It is kind of like disheartening to kind of feel this confused about like what necessarily you need to do, and then also like be like, oh well, this game that I play with my friends, I can't really do that much anymore if I want to get to the end of the road on this thing. And I've had people in my chat say, well, I'm like tier 5s are just a number, right? Like they're supposed to like it's a nice to have, not a necessary to have. But like in a loot game, you want tier 5s. Like if they put that in there, you want that.
No, for sure. And right now with the tier system, everything I get is junk. Everything I get, and it already kind of felt like that before the update. It felt like everything that I was getting was junk for a different reason. It felt like junk because I just had so much good stuff. And so anything I got was like, well, this isn't better than what I already have. Now it just feels like junk because it is junk, because it's all tier 1.
Yeah.
You know, and unless I put mindless hours of grinding into the game, it's not going to be junk. So it's a looter shooter with a good loot problem. Like it has the same problem for a different reason. They didn't fix the problem with the loot. Loot, it just is all kind of bad unless you do things that, you know, people don't find fun for hours and hours and hours by yourself, you know? So yeah.
It's tough. It's really tough. Like they definitely want the daily active users. Like they want people.
Oh, they're
to keep
getting that.
They want people to keep coming back. I would want to see like what their projections are, like pre Edge of Fate to now.
Yeah.
And like where it sits in a bit, because I don't know. It just boggles my mind. I don't know. I'm like, am I going to continue doing it? Yes, because I love this game.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
same. I like helping people. Same. I like helping people with activities and everything.
But in order to help people with activities, you have to do hours and hours and hours and hours of not helping people with activities, with mindless grinding, which takes away from the content that you want to do.
Yeah.
Like it takes away from you helping people. For me, it takes away rating with people. Like it basically pulls you away from the activity you actually want to be doing in the game, which is kind of like the different feeling for me with this iteration of Destiny than the previous one. Because before I felt like, I can pick and choose what I want to do, and that's okay. I'm not going to be punished. Like if I want to just do PvP, I'm not going to be punished for just doing PvP. If I want to just raid, I'm not going to be punished. If I'm a Gambit main, I can just do Gambit. I'm not going to be punished, you know? And now it feels like, no, everyone has to do the grind, and you can only do it in this certain way. Otherwise, you know, you're going to be punished for that. So it's really unfun. I feel like, you should be able to, what makes Destiny a fun game to play, and what we tell people who come in, they're like, oh, what should I do? I'm like, you do whatever you want. No, that's not the case anymore. You go in, you do the grinding, and then you can do anything you want until the next time you have to grind again, and then you have to do the grind again.
I think I said something. I said something along the lines of corporately mandated fun.
Right. It's very much like dad telling you what to do, which is not the Bungie that we love. Like I feel like they vacillate with that, and I think there's some amount of development, developers saying, hey, well, this is kind of how we want you to play the game. And I don't mind a certain amount of it, but when it feels like overly didactic or instructive, then it's like, or limiting. It feels very limiting. Like then it's a problem,
Yeah, man. I'm sure they address it soon. So the way that this tier list works is that we had the four of us rate everything on a scale of 1 to 5. Those numbers were averaged, and we're going to plant them on this list as as the average, and then afterward we can kind of quibble over whether it needs to go higher or lower. I think power progression, it corresponds to a 2, so it is currently sitting at a C on this list. Do we have any?
Oh.
Do we want to move it down?
Honestly,
man, that's high. That's high.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
I think that's too high. I think that should be the very bottom.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
Who messed up the curve and got it so high?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's pretty
for
bad.
the guy that doesn't fucking play.
Can we put it off of the? Can we add another category worse than D?
Just dead. Just
and for fail.
Not to have it like fit the screen that I built 30 minutes before.
Okay.
For stream. D will have to do for now due to formatting issues.
What we're gonna have to do is just not put anything in C. Right?
Yeah.
Make that.
Okay.
Make it look
there you
further
go.
down. Yeah.
Good luck with that, because I've got to tell you, I gotta tell you there's some stuff in C. All right. Let's talk about narrative for Edge of Fate.
Yes.
What are people's thoughts on that?
I read pretty high. I feel like
Mhm.
the story was new and interesting. I thought the characters were great. I thought the Ikora flashbacks and getting to learn more about her was really fantastic.
Mhm.
I feel like that should be really high for me. I think there was definitely, for me, playing through the story, there was a little bit of a disconnect between the cutscenes and what was happening, like with the mechanics in the story, like missions or whatever, until you got to the last two, and then it felt really integrated and strong.
Right.
So I would probably dock it a couple points just for that. But overall, I thought it was new, it was fresh, good characters, excellent, really good.
Yeah, I loved Lodi. I loved Orin. 2 very solid characters in there. The only thing that I would really knock it for is the side. Like, I wish that I had known the side quests should be done as soon as they appear instead of like afterward, because there's some really
breaks it up.
Yeah. So
the side quest didn't open for me until I finished the campaign, and they they
all of them.
populated. Yes.
I had side quests open up as I was doing the campaign, and then I skipped them because I was like, I'll just go back to those later, because like, what do they affect here? They give pertinent insight into events that happen in the campaign as you go along.
I did not know that. Okay.
So that's the only thing that I would dock it for. I still give it a 5. Like, personally, I gave it a 5 because I felt like this story was. I would put it up there with Taken King for me. I really liked how it moved. I liked how it introduced some things. I liked how it also gave us insight into characters that we've known forever, like the Ikora reveal of like, hey, like Lodi is like, spoilers for anybody who didn't finish the story, but Lodi is connected to Ikora, and like the only reason why Ikora isn't the proxy for the 9 right now is because she got pulled away to something else, and then Lodi answered the phone. Like, that's the only reason why. that was cool. I liked that insight. I thought that the cutscenes were neat. I thought the missions were cool. I liked what we were doing throughout the campaign. There's a few mechanical things in there that we'll talk about a little bit later with all that, but I enjoyed the narrative tremendously. I've gone back and done world tier stuff since, and like still the writing is still just so good. Roxas in chat says can't forget the tentacle eyeball either. You can't forget the tentacle eyeball. That is like one of the coolest images I've seen in gaming.
Yeah, that was a really, really cool mission. I love that. The final 2 missions were fantastic. S tier.
Top
Great.
tier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bona, what were your thoughts on the narrative?
Yeah, pretty much sort of same. I felt like the environment sort of affected, enjoying the sort of campaign in a way. I know we'll sort of go over that. That's there as a couple location, but
yeah.
No, it was really interesting. You saying a couple of things because again, I haven't played it since that launch day. You saying a few things there just clicked to me that Ikora was supposed to pick up the phone and she got pulled away.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to spoil that.
No, didn't spoil it. I did do that. I just didn't put those together.
Yeah.
No, it's really interesting. I agree with what everyone else has said. Compared to like Lodi and Ikora's arc and everything. So, and kind of where that's going to lead with the story. It just opens up. Everyone was like, what are they going to do next narratively? Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I don't know if I feel like the raid kind of like, maybe I just don't understand how the raid directly comes off of that ending, because I was hoping it would be kind of like Taken King with the sword, and then you're like, oh now we're going to fight the Taken King who got taken, which is sick, right?
Right.
Like, I don't, maybe I just need to watch a Bife video to understand how the raid follows after that, because I know we're supposed to contain the 9 somehow, but I'm like, maybe that's what we're doing in that. I don't know. But yeah, it's great.
Yeah. What was everybody's favorite moment from the story?
It's gotta be the last, I guess the last big cutscene.
Yeah.
With Ikora and Lodi was easily, at least for me, one of the best cutscenes they've put out in Destiny's history. And that's not Glaze, but I will say there were multiple times throughout the cutscene I was like, this doesn't feel like traditional Destiny cutscenes. It felt like, like I've said, if someone were to watch that cutscene out of context, you wouldn't know it was Destiny unless you knew Ikora or knew some of the more Destiny specific parts of it. It was just really, really good.
Right. Yeah. The Ikora cutscene really kind of hit home to me. It also reinforced, we were talking about Control vibes and Remedy vibes a lot during this, and it all hit. That was incredible. Also I think there's a scene in there where Lodi asks about the collapse and kind of freaks out because he's wait, everybody that I know and love is dead, gone, just gone. And then realizing that there's no feasible way to get him back to where he was because of how time travel works in Destiny now, or how it has worked in Destiny. That was a truly heartbreaking moment. And it was just emblematic of such good writing from that team. Anybody else before we place this on the tier list? Nope.
I agree with Dan. Both Dans.
Which one?
Yes.
All right. So from our ratings, narrative gets placed at an A. Overall, do we feel like we want to bump that up or move that down any? Or do you feel like it is just a straight up A?
Can't go any lower.
Can't go any lower? Gotcha.
Yeah. Place
I'm happy with
between A and S.
Yeah.
Personally,
S
just
and a
because
half.
I'd say A and a half. I don't know, A plus. Yeah. So just because I feel like there's something on there that I like better.
Yeah. I'm I'm also like really excited to see what they do with the Nine. The Nine seem like interesting characters. This was our first like real interaction with them, like on like as beings. And it almost feels like
there's Zero info was really good.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if anyone else liked that whole thing about Zero was just like a mistake, basically.
Yeah, man. There's some cool shit going on, and I like it feels like they're amping up to something that they know they're getting to. So I'm pretty excited to see how the story goes on that front. Let's talk about the Kepler location. Kepler is like obviously it's a new location. It is very singular. Like you can run in with your fire team, but like you're most likely just running that by yourself. Like if you're doing the campaign on Legendary to go and get loot. How did everybody feel about the Kepler location overall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it got a lot of community hate because everyone's like, oh, it looks the same, blah blah blah. But I mean, I think they did a good job of creating a world that had unique, qualities to it. Because I think every single world needs to sort of feel special and different. I think they did that, but it wasn't. There's nothing on it that I'm like, oh, this is the best location they've ever designed.
Yeah.
I would say I'm middle on it. I'm not mad at it though.
Yeah. So the design of the world, like you just have like the hub in the middle, and then you have all the branches off one by one. Like it looks very Metroid-y. Like these are the different areas that you're going to end up going down there. I haven't really done anything with the puzzles in the location outside of just going back and doing world tier stuff. I think the world tier stuff is actually like pretty interesting. The difficulty for Fabled, I kind of wish you would have been able to like jump up while you were playing it, like while you were playing through the campaign if you wanted to. Into that for higher tier rewards. And then finish it out on Fabled if you wanted to, and then like have Mythic be the one where you go back and you complete those in order to get higher rewards from that tier. But I think that's a really neat idea, and I'd look forward to seeing if they do that with other locations, both new and old, how that would look. Because playing old campaign missions like on the EDZ would be neat, right? Or like being able to go back and play those things at a higher difficulty for loot. It's an interesting idea. Kepler really feels like it was like built for one person in mind. It didn't really feel like it was built with a fire team in mind for the most part. And like as I was going through, and like it's in keeping with the Pale Heart. Like it definitely would feel weird seeing like just random people running through that space. Although with the Pale Heart, I feel like that's big enough that you could at least have that experience with a bunch of random people. Yeah. Those are some of my thoughts. Anybody else?
I saw, well, I'm not on it anymore, but I saw like on an Instagram story with a tweet of someone saying, how they felt. I'm not going to name the person, but a pretty big sort of streamer, and I have to agree with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying just, it was a good sort of try at something unique in the whole Metroid thing. And, but it just got, for me and for them, obviously, it got very sort of old real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to like do all like the puzzles. And I didn't really feel that the puzzles amped up the ante until the end of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So I did enjoy doing them towards the end, but they felt like a hindrance going throughout the beginning, like the first like 70% of the story for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, okay, this is cool. I love figuring shit out, but like
Mm-hmm.
There was just some points where it could have been done better, or it could have, been a little bit more, bit more creative, or just not been there. I've just done that 3 times in the last, 3 areas, very recently. So
I guess we can also start the conversation about the Kepler abilities too, like with the puzzles during this as well, and we can just kind of place them at the same time. So we had the relocator, we had the Mattermorph, we had the Matter Spark. The campaign was much more puzzle heavy than previous campaigns. There were some that were stumpers, but then again, there was one that I was trying to beat that final mission at 2 a.m. and the traverse, the one where you have to make sure that you hit the relocator at a certain time in order to land on a pad. That was not clicking for me at all at 2 a.m. And so that's just a personal anecdote there. I like the relocator. The Mattermorph, you didn't really have to mess with it too much throughout the entire thing. The ball was kind of like a downer for me. I was not a huge fan of needing to use that at all times. I'm glad that they fixed things with the camera. For those who are deeply affected by that movement. But it was kind of a miss for me. Even at tier 4 now, it's not my favorite. Anybody else?
I'm not mad at the mechanics. I personally like the ball best, but just because it was fun to goof around with.
Okay.
But as people in chat pointed out, I was more often than not just bouncing around my teammates while they killed ads in the campaign. So I just had a good time with it. It was really fun.
I just imagine you there, doing the one
"Hi,
little
guys,"
range
and,
ability
right in front of them, trying to stop them from shooting things and trying to get in their FOV.
What's going on? You doing okay?
You're like that one hindrance, that guide, that orb in the anime that's just a hindrance to the heroes.
Yep, I was the hindrance, so I thought the ball was really entertaining. And also they can't see your name on the HUD when you're a ball, so they're like, where's Tiddly? bouncy, 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 bouncy. Okay, anyway, but tiptoe through. I thought they did a good job of the mechanics. I gotta give them props because I think people complain a lot about, oh, there's never anything new. We just stand on plates. We just have gambit dunks, and there's no new mechanics. But you never does do. So now they do 3 new ones and add a puzzle solving component to it, and people are like, oh, that was really terrible, blah 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 blah. So it feels a little bit like, oh, they can't win, right?
Yeah.
I would give them an 8 out of 10 for creativity and trying something new. I love that. I would say in terms of execution, I think that the puzzles felt kind of repetitive. It felt a little repetitive. I think it got old. I think that maybe there was too much of it, or it was too much of the same thing. You get off the boss's shield, you kill the boss. So I would say in terms of actual execution, I would give it more of a 4. Okay. But I got to give him props for trying to do something new. Bouncy, bouncy, bounce.
Janet to win it. I thought they were supposed to be in hand. All right.
Okay. So where are we putting this
was
one?
Two in the hand, 1 in the bush? I don't know what the expression is. What's the expression? Is it birds? It's birds, right? Not balls. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
This gave the DD podcast a whole new meaning.
Yep.
Anyway, so let's talk about where are we putting in the tier list?
Where is this ranked at?
Can we stop putting things?
Is it ranked in D, maybe?
So both Kepler and the Kepler abilities actually land pretty firmly in C. Or no, they land in B.
B.
They land in B based on our.
I'm happy with that.
Right with that, actually.
On our average
right
scores.
Yeah, I would say they're mid out of 5.
Yeah.
So.
I gotta see what C is first.
Yeah.
1 second here, just copying this question for later. All right. Up next on our tier list, we have Armor and Weapon 3.0. Armor and Weapon 3.0. Obviously, we had a lot of changes happen, and we talked about a lot of those with the tiers. What are some of your like initial thoughts about Armor 3.0 and Armor and Weapon 3.0?
Arguably the best thing of the expansion. You can go back and forth between that. At least for me, back and forth between the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Even with all of the complaints we had earlier about tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stuff, the armor system itself, long term, I think is really good.
I think I knocked it a little bit because of I'm not a fan of having seasonally rotating exotics.
That part, I would knock
that's
into
true.
that too. That's understandable.
Yeah. That system is a little much. I feel like you can, if you want to express like a build, if you want to express a build, then exotics should be kind of off the table for 3.0, outside of like maybe tying into the new like rating system of like, this has super, this has weapon, this like other than tying it to that, I really didn't feel like they needed to touch exotics too much. I get that like maybe there's an argument there of like, well, for this you like if you want to run this, then you have the 15% bonus for your entire thing. But you could also then just go, okay, every exotic play is good every season and also plays into that 15%. Like that would make the most sense to me overall. With the system as it is, I'm still irked about the about in-game activity not giving you the best loot, but that's power progression and not this. Has anybody like what have you been building into? What are you looking for set bonuses in? Because that's a big thing that came with Armor 3.0.
Mine will be sorry, go ahead.
Go for it.
I was going to say mine will be quite brief, so I guess I'll just jump in straight away on that.
Sure.
Is I've always been like a support, like in my mind, like a support titan. This is what gets me like really like excited to like go and start grinding, to start trying to get that build together. But literally not someone who's trying to do like the most amount of damage or like try and be at the front, but just trying to buff everyone else and trying to, defend everyone else as that sort of goes on. So ultimately going for that melee, that health, that weapon sort of build just to like support everyone else that's sort of around me.
Yeah, Roxas in chat is saying Bushido plus Last Disciple is a goated hybrid.
Yeah,
in their opinion. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really been messing around with the set bonuses portion of this. I've been mainly going for like just the getting over 100 in a couple of spots. And I was playing with Rev one day and he was like, yeah, focus on super and weapon. Like those two things, and you really don't need to worry about too much else. And like I've just been focusing on that. I'm currently 108 on super and 112 on weapon, and been having a lot of fun just with that. I guess with this change also comes the weapon, comes the special and the heavy meters as well. How are you guys feeling about that new?
Have they changed it since launch?
They have not changed it since launch. No.
I'm not.
There's just a meter in game now that shows you when you're about to receive special and heavy. And also different weapon archetypes have obviously different ammo generation amounts. So like certain weapons will generate heavier or special faster than others. I can see them tweaking that a little bit because some weapons definitely feel worse to use now, because sometimes you will run out of special a lot quicker than you would have because of not being able to generate enough heavy or special energy in time for that consistent gameplay loop to happen.
Yes.
And then other things are really, really strong, not because they're just best in slot, but because they just will generate heavy a lot quicker or generate special a lot quicker. So you just have that item more often. I also, at least for ammo, it's definitely noticeable leaning into Bona's point about support. Support is a bit lacking a little bit on the ammo generation for teams.
Yeah.
Because of no longer having scout. So there are times where a player, like, I would just use myself as an example. Like in contest, I was just specializing in just making heavy and special for everyone. But because of no scout, the amount of heavy and special I was making for myself was plenty just because of my build. But because of no scout, the rest of the team, because they weren't specialized or spec'd into like those same stats, weren't receiving as much heavy and special. So now it's an interesting play style if you're playing support, because some of the things that will allow for team wide range heavy or special isn't there anymore because of scout, which is interesting because you don't have scout to grant everyone special and heavy. Those players might be doing a job that's they just aren't. They're doing mechanics, so they're not getting as many kills.
Doing ad clear.
So they're not. So they're not generating as much heavy and special. It's just an interesting thing that I wonder. I don't know. I don't think they need scout itself back, but it would be nice for them to somehow. I don't know what they could do, but it would be really nice for them to fix that.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be there for armor, and I know they have the armor generation thing. But it's just, I don't know why we just can't figure out a system that allows us to still benefit from resistances while also benefiting from ammo. And I understand the choice of needing to pick whether or not I'm just a bit more tanky or I can get more ammo. And we had this same situation when everyone would like put on a chest piece and rally with like the 3 reserves and swap. And it's gonna now, I don't know if it can be this, but maybe this is gonna be the same thing where everyone has like a chest piece of like ammo generation that they hot swap to for something. I don't know. But it's definitely noticeable that I don't know if it was an oversight, but it definitely feels like an oversight to me. But outside of that, I think the game's armor is really, really, really good personally, just because I'm really big into build crafting. I like going into the firing range and seeing what's going to be the difference in my damage output if I put 1 point here or 1 point there. It's really nice for those little things. But I guess if you're not a big fan of that and you're not looking to spend the time of like seeing if I can just get 1 more point here, 1 point there, or if I can get this build set for this to like make my niche build a little bit more niche, or a little bit more like if I get like 1% better because I got this armor here and there, it's worth it in my opinion. But that's just the kind of player I am. So that's why I think so highly of the armor. But obviously, if you're just like, I'm looking for that YouTuber build, just let me set it and forget it. Right. You're probably not going to benefit as much from this new armor system.
Right. What, how do you guys feel about this system, about the featured, the seasonal featured?
That part they need to get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we all can agree that, I'm not going to soon, but I don't like my play style and my build to be chosen for me because of featured exotics dictating a build. And like my build is worse just because I want to use something that isn't a part of that system. It's just very, 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 very bad. That's the one thing I will say. Like, I would love for them to just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, imagine you are a glaive user, man.
Yeah, I am. There's not really glaives right now.
Yeah. See?
There's like none.
And you'll love it, obviously, when like glaives come into the rotation, obviously. But like, you don't want to use. You want to use what you want to use. Player-driven choice and builds always will thrive. And when they put limitations or hindrances on, you can use this build, but it's 10%, 15% less good than this 6 months.
Yeah,
it's a bad thing. Now, if a player wants to choose that, it's different. But as long as if they can get rid of that, I think the build whole Armor 3.0 system, I don't want to say it's perfect because they definitely need some fixing with the whole tier 1 to tier 5 thing. But that's like my only thing that like they got to get rid of. I know they've probably spent time with it, but please get rid of the featured exotic system. It is bad.
Yeah, that portion's not great. Somebody in chat mentioned maybe doing it like every year, like having like a year block. Just completely, yeah.
Get rid of it.
I will say it's forced me to use different things than I was using before.
I get why they're doing it, yes. But I'd rather you just balance the exotic to make it useful in the entire sandbox. I don't need the extra 10% forcing me to use it just because it's 10% better than the builds I want to use.
Right.
Yeah.
And like,
isn't it the whole point of them sort of doing this whole armor shake up everything, like to give us more variety and everything? So it's a little bit of a oxymoron to say, yep, here, go be crazy, go make it however the fuck you want it to be, and then be like, wait.
Yeah.
It's worse because it's worse for 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say that I like the lockout on weapons actually, because it has forced me to use like different things that I'm normally used to using.
Okay.
I was going to say that, and then I was like, but wait, like I'm like next season there's going to be more stuff, and then like, but the way that they release items into like the suite of weapons, we're not going to have enough things to make up for the things that we're losing like in those slots. So maybe I don't like it now. Yeah, that's just something. Are there any weapons that are peeking out to you when you're using them in Destiny 2 right now?
Do I have to speak on the rocket pulse rifle again?
Feel free to speak on the rocket pulse rifle again. Proselytize, my friend.
One of the best things in the game.
Yeah.
please get it to all of our listeners, to all of our lovely Destiny players. If you haven't used the rocket pulse rifle, don't be afraid because it's a special weapon. Don't be scared of a special weapon. I know those double primary users out there get scared when they see a special weapon.
Is that the season pass one and it was broken?
No. That's third iteration. That one's still pretty good, but this is just a legendary.
Have they fixed that yet? Because I know it was.
They have fixed it. It's still okay.
Yeah.
The rocket pulse is the best. Well, maybe not the best. It's one of the best weapons in the game for everything not boss damage. Don't be afraid of it being a special weapon.
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, like I was running the lionfish and really enjoying it. That it's a fusion. Yeah, that fusion rifle. It's a Vice fusion rifle. That is stasis. My role is transcendent moment and swashbuckler, so not ideal, but like it was not like it fires nice and the gun feel is really good. One thing that they always do really well in these games is like the gun feel feels great.
That was nice.
I'm sad that Sammy's not here to talk about bows. Yeah.
But how was the raid one? Have you guys tried that one yet? I haven't. I haven't used it.
That was cool. Yeah. No?
Haven't had it drop.
Crossbow's cool.
I haven't tried it, but
I unfortunately think people are going to use it not for what we intend.
Really? How do you think they're going to use it?
For skips. Because you can put it, you can bolt
I heard you can kind of like Fortnite rocket ride it. You can do that. Now I want to do that.
That's so funny.
And you can do it infinitely because I tested it when I first got it day one. You can you can shoot it into a wall and then stand on it and then jump, and you if you do it right, you can interact and pull the bow or the crossbow out and then you still have enough time to shoot it into the wall again and keep climbing up and up on one.
That's
and then
amazing.
we get high enough, you can
That's
just
amazing.
Swap.
I like it even more now that I know it has that.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. That's great.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of opinions on the new weapon system, mostly because I haven't like gotten to or armor system because I haven't gotten to the point where it matters.
Yeah.
The one point that I think I made this point last week though, it just feels a little weird that the really strong weapons right now seem to be like primary exotics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It just feels like a big reverse from I mean, I guess Destiny goes through phases of what is most strong.
Mm-hmm.
But like and I still think that like machine guns are in kind of this interesting place for damage and ag clear like they were before. So that hasn't changed a ton, but it is weird to be reaching for primary exotics for damage.
Right.
It's assault. I just think it's an interesting.
Don't you touch my outbreak.
Yeah, right. No, that's what I'm saying is like we did a full clear of the new raid with Outbreak, and it was so fast and easy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this meta? What is this? This is
It makes no sense.
I don't know how I feel about this.
It makes no sense.
It's very strange. It's very strange to have that be more powerful than your like
I see them
heavy
fixing
machine
it,
gun.
They're definitely gonna fix it.
Oh, you think
It's
so?
just
You think
sad.
yeah.
They're gonna fix Outbreak, or they're gonna
good. Well, they're going to fix the amount of super energy you get off of it.
Right,
Oh.
right, because
That's
yeah,
all.
exactly, because it's not necessarily Outbreak. It's not necessarily the gun itself is strong. It's that supers are stronger than weapons right now, right?
Mhm.
Is that kind of because you can generate
Because they're gonna probably fix it because Thunderlord suffers from the same issue.
Yeah,
That the longer you shoot a certain the same target, you just all of a sudden see a super bar fill up super fast. Outbreak is the same way, super fast.
super fast.
Outbreak is the same way, but then you don't have to use heavy. So everyone never has to suffer from, I don't have heavy for this damage phase. It's just,
right.
So it's a combo. It's a combo of the super being stronger than the weapon damage, and then also the ammo con being kind of shit right now.
And then we have the new armor rework where our supers can now be spec'd into to do even more damage.
Right.
It's just like,
right. And there's
the
like a super font, right? You can put. Everyone's like, oh yeah, put a super font on your helmet. Like it's really good. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just I feel like the meta this is just specifically for the weapons. The weapon meta is in a weird place. There's some really cool new stuff, but it's in a weird place.
Yeah. I will say I got the antidate from
the SMG.
From the SMG from the raid. It was like one of the two weapons that I had drop. I had the rocket launcher and the SMG drop. The SMG is very nice. It feels very good. Mm-hmm. I got mine with rangefinder, jolting feedback, and ricochet rounds.
Ooh.
So I'll be playing around with that this week as we get closer. So for weapons and armor 3.0, our average score put it at an A overall, right next to narrative. Does that feel right? Does that feel good to everybody?
If you separate it from the grind to get to it, then yes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think that's what power progression was.
I'm still mad. It's hard for me to dissociate it because I can't achieve
the grind
that.
is in D. That's
the grind is in the way.
Right. The grind's in D. So let's talk. After the show is over, I will add another tier. I'll add another row, and call it Tidley's Boo Boo Corner.
Okay, I don't know. We can workshop the name, Dan. We can workshop the name.
Yeah, we can workshop the name, but like it'll go lower. It'll go lower on the list. If I'll add 3 or 4 in between that, like in between D and Tidley's Corner, and then we'll get it out there.
Tidley's Doo-Doo Corner.
Yeah, Tidley's Corner would be a great segment.
Yeah.
We need a jingle. Tidley's Corner.
All right.
There's a jingle.
Okay.
There you go. You just made it for us.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, stop that. That's trademark.
Up next is the raid Desert Perpetual. So 3 of us have completed it so far. Bona, let's try to get you a clear of that sometime in the next week.
Yep.
Because it is
Sounds
a beautiful
good.
raid. Like it is so cool. The boss encounters are neat. I think my favorite one is the hobgoblin because it's not bugged. But it is a really cool raid. Does somebody want to like take the lead on this one? Like how are your thoughts? What encounters are your favorite? What do you see? What is good? What could be improved on?
This is my S tier pick.
S tier, yeah.
I mean, raids are my favorite thing about Destiny, and this is a gorgeous and really fun raid to do. And I also feel like they nailed it on the completion time for a normal clear. I mean, obviously, contest is a whole different conversation,
Right.
but we're not talking about contest. We're just talking about completing the raid. And I think the raid itself is really fun. I feel like the non-linear approach is fun to do with different fire teams, or taking people through and saying, hey, which one do you want to start with? I think it's beautiful. The skyboxes are amazing. I think the bosses are fun. I think the mechanics are fun. I think the final boss fight is one of the most fun fights that they've given us in the game. Granted, that's the one that's also has the most people clearing ads and not doing mechanics. But I think for the most part, it's one of my favorite raids already. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I'm an arm breaker in the final encounter. That is that is
Mr.
my role,
Constant.
Mr. Constant. Yeah, just using a linear fusion rifle just to bop those arms. As long as I have enough heavy, that's my job.
Arm breaker.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Mike, I docked it a little bit because of just how buggy it like my runs have been with it.
Fair.
Yeah, the Minotaurs despawning during the Wyvern fight. What Minotaurs that you need in order to fill in the timer for you to even do damage, or for you to do damage to the boss, just doesn't feel good, and I hope that they fix it. I also feel nuts because I'm the only one talking about it. Like I don't see people online.
I've still
talking
not
about
had
it.
that bug that you mentioned.
Man, I gotta send you a VOD or something because it was.
I've had them despawn, and then about 10 seconds later they respawn fine.
Or they'll despawn and then respawn fine, or sometimes they'll despawn. They'll go to a place where the chicken is going. They'll start spawning there, and then you'll do a little bit of damage. They're like, oh wait, hold on, the chicken is moving somewhere else. Like they're entirely reliant upon the pathing of the chicken to land, and we were going nuts. We were literally fighting the game itself, like to get that done. The first time we did it.
Understand.
Yeah, that, and then like you still have the slow running bug, or the slow sprint bug.
Yeah.
We had a thing today where the eyes in Hydra would flash open and then flash shut. So that was fun. Yeah, we've every time we've like exited out. Oh, we had another thing the first time we cleared it. We had gotten the boss to final stand. We had beaten the boss. There was no health left in its health marker, and it wiped us 3 times. We restarted our game entirely and kicked it back off, and then we killed it in the next go. Like using the same stuff. It was bonkers. I didn't.
So you wiped. Wait, you wiped during final stand?
So final stand
After it already died?
Yeah, we had it already dead, and it would wipe us at that last second. After we did the
like it was doing the big animation where it starts to fall over.
It would just flash and then wipe us after we got to that point. After we got past the point of the health gate.
Yeah.
And so we had that 3 times. We went back in after all restarting our games, and it was fine. And we got it in 1. Today we didn't run into that today when we did a couple of helps with it. But yeah, it was just something that was like, and we have to keep restarting restarting our game over and over in order for this to work. And that's my experience. How I docked it was just based on.
That's fair. Yeah.
And that also leads to the conversation of it just seems we need more QA on this game because things are not working as intended. And like, it's a lot of things not working as intended and like flowing into one another. That just feels kind of rough. What other what are people's favorite encounters in the raid? Any good stories from contests?
I mean, all the contest ones are just like this, like issues, you know, sprint bugs.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
true. It's true.
Not rallying, no, not getting your stuff when rallying, just all QA stuff that, unfortunately, even in all my runs this week, are still there, which was like, it wasn't as big of a deal because like we weren't gonna have a DPS check. We were still clearing. But, like there were players in my teams that was like, yo, I have no super, I have no abilities, I can't sprint, and I was trying to teach them to do mechanics. And it's like it's hard to teach someone to do a mechanic when they're getting a sprint bug as well. It's just
yeah.
Just all QA stuff. I wish they could fix very soon, because I think Tilly is hit the nail on the head. I think this is one of the best raids they've done in a very long time. Like there's a lot of, for me, there's a lot of raids where I enjoy the raid a lot, but there's always an encounter that's like, oh, if I can just get to this one, I can get to the good stuff, you know? And this one doesn't have a single one where I'm like, let me just get through this. I'm like, oh man, this one, oh, this one, oh, this one, oh, this one.
All bangers.
All of them are really good. Yeah.
Oops, all bangers. I'm eager to see what they do with the epic raid. Like
that's where we get a new encounter.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. So
that'd be interesting.
I want to see how that goes, because they also say that it changes the perspective of the story, or changes portions of the story as well. So I don't know. That one's gonna be super fun.
Here's the question with the raid.
Okay,
I'm really curious. I feel like it should have gone in the conversation with power progression, but does anyone think, this goes for listeners as well, does anyone think the epic raid will have a very high power level requirement? Because personally, the only reason I'm trying to make sure I'm close to 450 by epic raid time, at least 400, is my one worry is that they're gonna be like, by the way,
right,
you got to be 400 or something.
I could see them saying like 400 or 450 just to like get into that gate. I could see them doing that.
That's one worry. And it's like, I don't want to say too much about the light level grind, because I'm like, I got to do it just in case they drop a banger that like, here's the epic raid. Oh, by the way, you got to be XYZ to do it.
Right.
Oh, I'm not. They better not let me know in advance.
I'd rather them let me know super far in advance, but it's like, ugh. Yeah, and they probably won't have fireteam power.
Right.
Like, you can't do fireteam power, so it's like I can't lean on clan mates who are already there or something. It's like,
yeah, it's fine. I'm just gonna let my clan mates level. It's fine.
But no fireteam power, Tiddly. I'd be okay with it if they do a lot of fireteam power lead. At least that would be okay for players, because like, I don't want to not be able to do raid stuff because I didn't defend Caldera for 12 hours a day.
Right. Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
Yep.
Well, as we all rated this was actually our first S tier.
Yay! 100%. 100%
of the group.
Loved it. Yep.
I go.
That's the reason why I would put narrative at A, because I just think the raid was the best thing that they put out.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Really good.
The last thing that we have here is the portal. So the portal is a new system where we interact to play old activities with new enemies sometimes for our power progression. How are we feeling about it? Anybody have any strong thoughts?
Strong thoughts in what direction?
Either direction.
This whole episode is strong thoughts on the portal.
I don't feel like the portal. I'm the target person for the portal.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
I feel like the target person for the portal is somebody new or somebody who is less familiar with the game and is trying to navigate, right? That's not me. That's not the people in this group, right? If anything, I don't think it's bad, but I also don't feel like for me as a player, it's the best thing. I find myself trying to find the directory with the planets and the map.
Yes.
Just like, why can't I get to that picture? Why is that locked behind this portal thing now? It's just, and it's probably just, it's probably just because I'm not used to it yet. And I'll probably love it eventually. But right now I'm just like, why you change things that were not broken? This was fine before,
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like and for a new player, I would love to hear a new player's perspective because it was probably very different from my perspective.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see this being useful for somebody who's like, oh, I don't know what to play. Oh, like down here.
I don't know what to do.
I'm looking at it right now. And it's like, oh, right down here, it's telling me battleground foothold. I could do that mission. And I can get the scout rifle. And that it takes me 10 to 15 minutes. Like I like that it gives you that information. And that you can just click on that thing and play it. I like that it shows you what activities you have like the most opportunities for a drop from, so that you can go and do that if you want to. For the most part, I haven't been targeting a specific mission because I just don't play that way. I'm typically not somebody who just like wants to bang my head against the same thing over and over again. I like a little bit of variety. Like the other night we played some Onslaught because that was going to give me several pieces of gear at the end. Now, granted, in that time period, I could have run like 3 or 4 other things that would have been just as rewarding, if not more so.
Q dancing, Kildare.
Yeah. But like UI wise, I think I like the overall experience. I know some people are like, hey, it looks like a mobile game, but like it also is very clear what you're doing and what you're going to be getting out of it when you go there. There are some very confusing things to me that I just want somebody to explain. So we have down at the bottom, we have the solo, we have the fire team, and we have the pinnacle. All of those things are fire team power. Like is you're brought up to your highest fire team power with somebody. I don't know why they don't have conquests under as its own separate banner within those. And the conquests, you can only play them once, which I know a lot of the community is not a huge fan of. But it also like you have to be at the same power as the activity in order to play it. It doesn't do that fire team like that matching. I'm not a huge fan of that. It made no sense to me earlier today why I couldn't hop in with somebody to help them with an activity because I was locked out at a lower level than they were. I was not a huge fan of that change. I railed against it earlier, but then again, I also realized that my use case is a very specific use case that Bungie probably isn't even thinking about. Right? They're thinking of the average
I think there's
player.
a lot of people with friends who like.
Right.
There's probably a lot of people with groups of friends who like probably is going to have that same situation. They might not have it as quickly as you've had it because whoever was in your community was probably just playing a lot right now. Right. And it's still like 2 weeks out. Imagine in a month, I could see this coming a bit more to the forefront for players.
Yeah.
And probably players in our community who's like, I can't play with my 2 friends because they haven't played as much as I have, and we want to do this conquest seal together.
Right.
And we can't. I can see them changing it or like loosening the requirements.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're alone in feeling that way.
Yeah. It's just so weird. I also think that it does prioritize you doing things solo. And if you want to be efficient in getting light, which I don't know if that was something that they designed for. Like I don't think that they probably were like, we don't want you playing with your friends if you're wanting to grind light. Something's got to give there on that front. I know they talked about adding dungeons and raids to the pool, or like to the portal as well, which I'd be interested to see how that works, especially with their loot systems.
Would anyone do it though?
I like if
only because like any raid and dungeon content they put in there, will more, unless they change the system, will be not as optimal and not worth your time instead of doing solo ops.
Right.
So are they going to make the raids and dungeon stuff like super rewarding because of it being time consuming? Or are they going to still let you do like, imagine doing Salvation's Edge and getting one portal drop?
I'm hopeful that like they get feedback from the Desert Perpetual and like from other in-game activities that like it doesn't feel rewarding to run these even. So what's the point of doing it?
Yeah.
Because like the threat of that for future raid races, for future dungeon races, of why would I even run this? Like we talked about it a couple months or a couple weeks back about like the dungeon race and the raid race are basically marketing campaigns now. Like they put so much time and effort in making sure that it is a piece that people want to go and watch every time a new one comes out. But if it isn't rewarding, people are not going to engage with it. I would hope that in-game activities are the first to get kind of like a revamp in like, okay, well, I would like to see at least tier 3 for normal raids, tier 4 for master raids, tier 4 or 5 for master raids. And then like for contest, it would be a guaranteed tier 5. Like that just feels like something that needs to happen in order for them to ensure like even the fidelity of like their raid race in the future. Cause it has these like ripple effects of if it's not rewarding, then people do not care about this activity. Then people will not give a shit about your raid race. Any other thoughts?
I think it's spot on.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't engaged in Crucible at all. I do like that I like that Kepler's on the front page there. It's like fairly easy to find. Like things are easier to find. It's a learning curve learning where they act, like what activities or what. I like the idea. I like adding difficulty to activities, customizing it. But yeah, it's just one of those things, man. It's so closely tied to the power progression that it gets like hit in the face. Because
a few tweaks here and there, and Portal could be really good. It's just like a few tweaks here, a few tweaks there, pulling a few things out of Portal. It could be really good, but just as of right now, it's like it's removing the desire almost, or I don't know what the word is, but it's like Destiny is built on playing with friends, and Portal makes it to where you don't want to play with friends just because it's not worth it. And if they can fix that, that would make Portal way better. I do like the whole thing where in the top right corner it tells you that new events are coming. Like that part is really cool. It's probably going to show it for every, like, I know it's showing it for Solstice now. I'd imagine it's going to say like Iron Banner and stuff. That part's cool, just to let people know, hey, this is coming soon. But
you know what?
That kind of stuff could be on the world. It could be on the world map.
This would also be a really good place for them to like we have that little carousel down at the bottom where it says, hey, these are the activities that you can play. If they added a couple extra nodes to be like, hey, here's the patch notes for this week. Here's the TWID where you can read it in game. That would be huge. Like that way you're also making it into like a marketing thing, but at least all that information would be in the game for you to like, for you to at least observe and to get that information. Cause I don't know how many people, like, I know I read the TWID every week, I know you guys do. I know a
I don't think a lot of
majority
people do.
I say you don't think a lot of people do?
Not unless like those of us that are like ingrained in Destiny obviously
Yeah.
do, but like one thing I've learned being around this community for such a long time is that if it's not in the game,
Right.
there's a very big chance that the majority of players don't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And I've actually come to, becoming the social butterfly I have been IRL and actually making friends after immigrating here.
Oh, look at you.
I know, right? I go out to the movies now, man. I go and play D&D in person. No, like there's guys that now know what I do and are quite respectful, producing and streaming and all that. But when I've met them and then hearing everyone knows about Destiny. If you're a gamer, you know the game Destiny, right? Yeah. And people have dipped their toes in it, been in and out of it, still play it sort of casually or haven't touched it in years. But to hear people's perspective on the point of they're not consumers of people's content, they don't know. They don't go to Reddit. They don't, they'll maybe watch some YouTube videos or see something pop up on their TikTok feed. Dude,
Right.
like my DM for D&D, I met him during Pokemon Go Fest last year. When I first met him, he was like, I know you from somewhere. I'm like, dude, we've never met. Like, please put your head out. Like, you don't know me. He's like, 3 hours later, he's like, I do know you. Pulls up TikTok, sees my fucking saved video of hazardous propulsion build that I did on TikTok. He's like, you're this guy. I'm like, what the fuck? But like people would just see that quick content, but they won't go out of their way to like go to the website or like watch someone stream or anything.
Right.
They'll go and look at a YouTube video or whatever. So unless someone tells them directly, then they're not going to know about what's going on, or they're going to hear that second, third, fourth hand along the grapevine, talk. And there's so much where you can say that's an old wives' tale, or that information is so outdated that they're still acting upon that they think is still the case. And because information changes so often, they are like people are behind, and it's not their fault. It's not, they're just people got shit going on in their lives to not have the time to consume that content or go and have a look. They're just there to play a game.
Yeah. All right. Anything else to add before we place our final piece here?
That's it, baby.
All right.
Let me see it.
The portal is our first C.
That's fair.
Our first
That's
and
fair.
only C of the entire thing. So this is where we sit overall with these pieces. Overall, if you like take all of these scores into account, I don't think the power progression thing moved the needle too much for our overall thoughts, but it was a B overall, like for all of us on this one. So I think we all ranked it like a 3 or something like that. It's easy to forget that literally everyone here is way more engaged than most. Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Talking about chat and everything. Absolutely. C for come on, just let me put brawler on everything. There we go. Eddie, you nailed it on the head. So this is our list. Does anything need to move up or down? Are we good? Other than the doo-doo place.
Move down power progression.
Oh yeah. Just put that one down.
Yeah.
Other than that, yes.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, cool.
Do it now, Dan.
We'll go back over here and we'll answer some questions from chat. Thank you guys for sticking with us so long tonight. The first question that we had was from Raging Wolf. Do you believe the D2 expansions are worth buying? I was wanting to get back into it, but I quit during Lightfall.
If they're on sale, especially, yeah.
Yes.
I unfortunately tell people to wait because they go on sale pretty often.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be the way that I would do it too. I just like.
Yeah, wait for like a new season to come out or a new expansion.
Yeah.
wait till a streamer's giving it away. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's honestly that's what I'd do. I would wait to see like when they were on sale and then get it there. Or typically, I know with Sony, with PlayStation, if you're on PlayStation, they'll give away like the last DLC for like a period of like a couple months ahead of like whatever drop, like expansion drop there is. I think they've done that in the past couple of years. So you can always be on the lookout for that if that's what you're looking for too. Right now, I would say that like if you get Edge of Fate, know that there's going to be growing pains. Like when you're coming back to it, maybe being gone for as long as Lightfall is actually kind of a nice thing because then your brain is kind of like washed from the absence. But yeah, I think it's I don't know. It's interesting. Well, you just have to see what your thoughts are, what your time investment is, and what your wallet is. Who's Eddie says, have any of you tried the world tiers on Kepler? What did you think of that system? I think I talked about that a little bit earlier. That I like the system. Mythic was a little bit much because the boss health pools are like pretty expansive.
Sponges.
Yeah, but I've heard that you get guaranteed tier 4 loot from those activities, so I might go back in and slog through just for that. But yeah, like I like that system. I would like to see that kind of system move to other worlds as well, so that you can play through those activities and maybe get like pieces of gear from those worlds that are introduced into the tiered system. That would be cool. Weekly Burnt says you get guaranteed tier 4 loot on the left mission of the weekly mission. So he says it's weird. Gotcha. Okay. So there's like a weekly mission that you do, and that's what drives it. That's interesting. Black Zard says, with D2 being an action MMO, what do you all think the ideal amount of time investment for the game should be? Is the perception of D2 not being an MMO part of the problem?
Are they saying that D2 needs to be an MMO?
No, they're stating that it is an MMO, like it's an action MMO currently.
Oh, it's starting to look more like an MMO.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on who you ask, some people have been calling it an MMO light for half a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And you could argue this is the first time that it's starting to feel like one.
Absolutely. Yeah, with the amount of systems like intertwining together, like yeah, it does feel more and more like one. Like I feel like they've bandied that about as well as like, hey, like we want this to be an MMO. We want this to be a game that you play over and over again. It just feels like now under previous direction, it seemed like, yeah, we want you to play with your friends. We want you to play this game.
Yeah.
But we also want you to play other games too. And like right now, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like,
it's like I said earlier, it's definitely different leadership. Like that leadership that was like play, leave. Is I don't think they're leading anymore. And this new team, just like the narrative team, is definitely trying to place their new stamp on what they feel the game should be.
Yeah.
And I think it's too early to call that a win or a lose. It's just a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
The ship has a different captain now. And it's interesting already because it's only been 2 weeks. It's interesting to see how the community is responding to it.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are going to love it. Some people are going to unfortunately hate it.
Yeah.
And I kind of fall under the no matter what they choose, I just hope they stand firm on their choice. Because historically they've always made a pick, then backtracked, made a pick, backtrack, whether it's on one side of the pendulum or not.
Mm-hmm.
So if the new team is looking to make this game be perceived more as an MMO. I hope they stand in it and tweak it, obviously, to refine it, but just make a decision and stick to it. Because otherwise, the community is just going to keep having this whiplash of, it's just like how right before we had Rise of the Nine, and they were like, here's all this good loot, go farm it. And then you go into Edge of Fate, none of it's worth it. Here's Not Swap. We're going to really start toning down the whole Not Swap system. Oh, by the way, a week later, you got to be doing Not Swap and all of your stuff for now. It's just
hot swap. Yeah.
Oh, hot swap. Yeah. So you gotta, it's just whatever they choose. I am personally okay with them just standing firm and tweaking that mindset, whatever it is. So if they want it to be an MMO, then let it be an MMO. And be, unfortunately, okay with some people not liking it or saying, I guess it's not for me anymore. Or maybe it is for me. And it's going to be a tough thing, but I would rather that than have whiplash every 12 months.
I mean, I agree with chat. I feel like, first of all, I guess the assumption is that an MMO is a time sink, right? And I don't mind a game that's a time sink. I would say that Destiny has always been a time sink for players who are very serious about it. Not even going to like the casual versus not casual like argument, just people who like the game put a lot of time into it. I mean, I think that you go into time wasted on Destiny, like look at your hours. It would be interesting to kind of do a guess on everybody's hours in the podcast crew. But I think that there's always been a significant time investment. I don't think the current shift is in terms of increasing the time investment is a positive one. We all kind of agreed that the grind is pretty terrible. If that's what Destiny being an MMO means, then I don't want it. I don't want any part of it. Take me back to just a simple looter shooter. I'm not interested in an MMO where the grind is not fun. If the grind is fun and rewarding, I'm all about that. I'm so about that. I have thousands of hours in this game. I will put thousands of hours more into this game, but not if what their definition of an MMO is just doing mindless leveling, So.
Yeah, I like number go up, but like
number go up is good.
I also want to see like things be valued. Like I want to see end game be valued for like as a piece of content. I want to see it valued as something that is very rewarding when you decide to take the time to run through a raid or something. And just doesn't.
Is the number go up worth it if, and this goes to everyone, even listeners, is the number going up worth it if the more the number goes up, the more penalized you are for doing content? Because the higher you are, the harder the content technically is, because you start doing content that's like -40, -70. It's like, I'd rather stay, somewhere in less than that.
Right.
So I can have my fun builds and stuff. This is what it seems like. Like everyone that's doing like the high stuff is like, well, most of the time you play games and you get a higher power level, you see the benefits of that.
You're rewarded. You can do more things.
Yeah. You can.
It's more limiting, is what you're saying. Yeah.
That part definitely what I would personally say doesn't make it feel like an MMO to me. Yeah. And I don't play a lot of MMOs, and I know other people here has more experience, but just.
Ashraven Blue asks a really good question. Do you think players value the reward more than the actual content in the current state of the game?
No, personally, no. I mean, I'm not really getting anything out of raiding except enjoying the raid and helping people with it right now.
Yeah.
Because the loot is, as 150 power, the loot is bad. It's so bad. So I wouldn't say so. However, there will become a point where that will matter to me.
Yeah.
Where the loot will matter to me. But personally, no.
You just have to engage in the Guardian rank system, Tiddly. You have to get those ranks up.
You can't make me, Dan. Cannot make me. But I do think that it is very fair to say that good loot and good loot rewards are a reason why people engage with the game.
Mhm.
But that only matters if there's activities that you like, that your friends like to bring that gear into, right?
Yep.
So it's this cycle. And right now everything feels locked behind the shitty power grind.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, all of that feels locked behind it.
Zard did make a note saying that the portal at least seems like it's it is a way for content to stay in the game. So for them to keep things in without it being like shelved forever in some archive long and far away forgotten, you know what I mean?
As in the DCV would no longer be a thing. Is that what it?
I mean, I think that's what they're saying, because I mean, we did see Coil come back this week. Like, that was like, it was an activity that's like technically tethered to no place right now.
Yeah.
Like,
That was like season content,
yeah. So I don't know. That's interesting. Like, we could see
they're gonna
more
bring
things
finally
back.
Menagerie in this way,
Dude.
in
That would
Portal.
be cool.
Right.
You know how many people would freak out? And then
I loved Menagerie.
yeah,
but Portal
Okay.
doesn't have a 6-player version unless they're gonna add a 6-player version of Portal.
They should. They really should, though.
Unless it gets make Menagerie only 3-player now.
No, 6-player.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it
It's okay.
solo, and you're gonna like it.
Solo Menagerie.
Menage a trois.
Menage a me.
Menage 1.
Yeah. Who's Eddie asks, how do people feel about a longer campaign rather than the traditional 8 legendary mission campaign?
Does anyone know how long this campaign actually was? I didn't go back and count.
I personally, I like the campaigns where there's missions that feel like strikes, and that didn't really happen in this campaign.
Yeah.
There was none of those.
So, I also
There's no
did.
strikes in this campaign.
Well, right. That's exactly. So I also feel like, but I mean, I think they've done different things with different campaigns. Like, what was the one where you had to go hunt down all of the bad
Forsaken?
guys? Forsaken. I didn't like Forsaken. I know a lot of people loved it. I thought it was like, I thought it was like, this is so stupid. We're just going and hunting down a bunch of bad guys. Like,
That is
I don't
extremely
get-
controversial.
I know it's a
Taylor
bad.
Very
with the
controversial.
probably-
And
it's
I
probably
agree
really
with
hot
you.
take.
Man.
I agree with you. I've never been able to fucking say that.
Let's go.
Wow, love it.
I know I
I've
didn't
never
like Forsaken.
been able to say it.
I did not like Forsaken, and but I think for me this felt. I mean, not Forsaken like, but it kind of had like, we're gonna do something different. We're not gonna do the traditional. You're gonna do like a mission that feels like a story, and I personally prefer that. I prefer the ones that have missions that feel like strikes. That's just my personal preference. But yeah, enjoy the hot take, I guess.
Can't wait to read the comments on this one.
I know, right? Tilly getting flamed into YouTube comments.
You can leave comments on Spotify now, no?
Yes, you can.
Oh no.
Yes, you
Oh,
can.
no.
And we get them.
Even better. I know.
And we get them. I don't know. Like,
I should go and read those.
We got called elitist on the GCX one, so you know.
oh, yeah, that one was fun.
Oh, did you? That's hilarious. Yeah.
I gotta go ahead.
That's, I mean, honestly, fair.
You
Like I
guys
said, how
continue.
many thousands of hours do we have in this game, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bound
Don't
to be some
just-
elitist takes.
just
Yeah.
don't read the comments, guys.
We're not going to
Like,
read the comments. Don't worry.
I
It's
learned
okay.
that back in the Planet Destiny days. You just can't do that. It'll rob your joy. So we have a question from Extra Burnt. How would you change the seasonal events such as Arms Week or Solstice to be more fun and rewarding?
I'd have legs week.
We need feet week.
Feet. Oh, not feet week.
That was last week. That was last week, Dan.
Oh, my bad. You're
That was last week.
Wait, you guys had feet week without me last time?
Oh, that's right. I missed feet week.
Check out episode
Man, I want to
109,
read the
live from
comments on last
GCX.
week just for the feet week.
Just, yeah.
He had him out,
Anyways,
chat.
Had him out.
Had 'em out.
Had the grippers out.
Didn't even cut it.
Yep, free grippers, not even
Free
charging the tier 4s. Wow.
How else am I going to get a foot rating on Rate My Feet?
you got to give them the goods for free to start. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Preview. Yeah.
Grainy, kind of out of focus feet, and then then it'll get better like as time goes on. You know what I mean?
Better is relative, Dan. Better
is relative. You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen my vestigial toe? Anyways.
Okay. So anyway, what was the question again?
How would you change seasonal events such as Arms Week or Solstice to be fun and rewarding? I honestly, I think their plan for it to be like passive is probably the best way to go with these.
I think it's smart to make it just passive.
Yeah, because like you're engaging with it whether you want to or not. You're hopefully getting extra rewards that actually are good. And like that feels like a good pace. I was not a huge fan of the bonfire bash just because it felt like, oh, I got to go and do this. Like I have to go and engage with this for a while, like against what I want to do. And like I got some cool things out of it. I know that like spiky armor came out of that especially, but man alive, dude. I was not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of that. So I'm happy with the solution that they came to. We'll see how it is in practice next week. Any other thoughts on that before we get to our last question of the evening? Okay. Gray Fox 2K30 question: what would set bonus? Would adding set bonuses to old raid gear and dungeons bring you back to running them, or would you want more incentives in older content?
Yes. It's both.
I actually love that idea. I think that's a great idea.
I'm here for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Tell Bungie.
Yeah.
We want that. I love it.
We'll have them cut the check to you, Gray Fox.
Yep. You get a percentage on that idea.
Yeah, but honestly, I would like them just to add those raids into the tier system. Like, if
that's what we would say is adding them to the tier system.
Yeah, I think
feed system. Yeah,
I think that's the way you do it. I'd like if you add set bonuses to them, even fucking better. Like because like you like with these set bonuses, like the more variety, the more personality can come out in your build, and the more variety of builds that you can create to like make some wild shit happen. Like I would love to see that.
Yeah, I hope I hope the response, because it seems that they always build off of response, but I hope the response to the armor system in regards to the set bonuses.
Yeah.
I hope it's good enough that they continually prioritize it every update. Because if I can get a couple new sets every update, then that's a good thing. It might not be always good for me, but like just allowing players more options. I'm here for it. Set bonuses are always a good thing.
Yeah. Who's Eddie in chat says that I feel like adding set bonuses and tiers to old rewards or old raids would be the new, and this raid now has red borders.
Yes.
It would be. Yeah.
It would be, but I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it because it would actually be included in your grind. It would be included in your activity. The red borders, once you're done with those weapons, collecting those 5, regardless of how you get to them, just like there's no real reason to go through and get those if that's all that you were into. If that's all you were collecting from those raids, understood. But if there's roles in there that feed into the new system, that bolster the new system with content, I feel like that's better than just being like, hey, here's 5 weapons and you can now craft this gun and never step a foot in this again. Just my 2 cents on that, but we'll see.
The armor would let players be in it if the armor was updated. Obviously, it would let players be in that content longer than red borders, if you're being honest, because you'd have to farm for the set bonus, and then maybe somebody wants to farm it for like certain stat distributions. Not even gonna mention tiers. Just saying the armor itself. Just people would probably play it more.
Yeah.
Than just the 3 or 4 times required for the red borders.
Yeah.
I don't see a reason not to do it. Obviously, you probably have the issue of, at least for a lot of people, they probably think, oh, well, if you put all this stuff in the old content, then it's going to take away from them spending resources to making new content.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that. But I think
they're
we're
already
all
spending those resources right now on the same
that
thing.
too. But like, if they could do it without sacrificing with whatever funds they have, resources they have, if they could do that without sacrificing new content, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
There's no reason they shouldn't.
All right. Well, does anybody else have anything else to add? All right. Those are all the questions fit to print. Those are all the answers, meaning to be answered. So without further ado, let's get into the outro. Let's land this plane. Bonafide Hero, where can people find you this week? And where can they find you? Just period.
In my brand new office, still unpacking these fucking boxes behind me.
The window behind you is really nice. It's a nice.
It is, dude. You
like
should actually see what's like. I wonder if I can. This is gonna fuck me up. Like, look at that little alcove, like right there. I'm gonna.
Oh, very nice.
Look at the monitor. What the?
Ooh.
No, I know. Like,
He did that
All
on
right.
accident. He curved
that's
it on
just
accident.
there for a moment because I'm not gonna sit
All
there and
right.
like constantly like that. Look at my fucking thing. But I'm sorry, Dan. I've fucking taken this completely off topic.
No, you're fine.
But
Welcome
yeah,
back.
no,
Glad to have you.
thanks. Let's hope there's just not one thing after another. Like,
Yeah.
going forward, we can be back more often. Yeah, Bonafide Hero on all socials except for Twitter. And yeah, generally should be live streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday mornings in the US.
Heck yeah. Epic Dan, what about you, sir?
You can find me on twitch.tv/epicdan22, on the Instagram, on the TikTok, on the Blue Sky, and YouTube at epicdan22.
Heck yeah. Tidley, where can they find you?
Twitch.tv. Yeah. Friend now. It's twitch.tv/Tiddly, Monday through Friday, 9:00 Central. And then I'm also on Blue Sky, Tiddly on Blue Sky.
Perfect. My name's Danfinity. You can find me all across the internet, Danfinity GG. You will find me in like just grinding this week. Just slowly detaching pieces of my soul. Like you'll see my soul on screen, and then like little bubbles of it will just like leech off and out into
Sounds
the
fun.
ephemera, you know?
Yeah.
It'll just leech out with every power level that I increase, just a little bit more. Just
Yeah.
just
I
gone.
expect you to be ranting the entire time while you're doing it.
I'll be singing probably most likely. I'll just be singing a works like some sort of like hi ho. It's
I know.
off the
So I was
grind,
thinking
goal.
Snow White and the
Yeah,
Seven
yeah.
Dwarfs too.
Mhm. No,
I was
it's
like, you
absolutely
gotta,
that one.
you're like back to the mines with ye.
It is absolutely that one. I missed that part of
Waiting for his
Snow White,
prince
though.
to come kiss him.
Yeah. But yeah, for the most part, there's that. Check out the YouTube. We're close to monetization there. That's all I'll say about that. That's the last plug that I'll do for the day. Thank you so much for listening.
Do it.
Thanks everybody for coming through. And we hope you find what you're grinding for.